Morning from MARTA, which says safety and security of customers and workers is its number one priority, and it welcomes the opportunity to share its information with federal officials. It's 57 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says it'll be another low humidity day around the metro area. We won't have many more of those. A high only getting into the low 80s today with plenty of sunshine. Tonight's low will get back into the 50s. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. It's another big purchase for the Atlanta Beltline as it acquires an office building near the East Side Trail.
The $16.5 million purchase of the building known as the Willoughby will allow for affordable office space in an area where rents are among the highest in Atlanta thanks to the popularity of the trail. Beltline officials say current tenants will remain, and the building that sits a block from the Fourth Ward Skate Park will feature below-market rental rates. The agency says the purchase supports its broader goals of affordability, economic development, and preventing displacement. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
Updating the conflict in the Middle East, and it's new this morning. Hezbollah has just announced it's rejected the latest ceasefire agreement reached between Israel and the Lebanese government. It is demanding a complete Israeli withdrawal. Now, it comes down the day after the House passes a measure that would limit President Trump's war powers in Iran. We made a future vote in the Senate, which must also pass the measure. The president calling the 4 House Republicans who voted with Democrats on the resolution unpatriotic.
Privately, the president has been fighting to keep the negotiations alive, even admitting he had a tense phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Overnight, Israel and Lebanon agreeing to renew their ceasefire as part of U.S.-led negotiations. But in a sign of how difficult that ceasefire could be, attacks continued overnight.
Political correspondent Rachel Scott says Iran has insisted that Israel pull out of Lebanon before it would renew peace talks with the U.S. I'll check back often. We'll keep you updated on the conflict in the Middle East here on 95.5 WSB and on the WSB radio app. Breaking news from the region when it happens. As gas prices go up around Georgia, now the state gas tax has resumed. Could actually mean bad news for local gas stations.
You might think that when you fill up, the gas station is raking in the money. But Jeff Leonard with the National Association of Convenience Stores says stations only make about 10 cents per gallon profit.
That's down a few cents because margins have tightened, and at the same time, the expenses to deliver the fuel, which have increased because the price of the fuel has increased.
The real money is made when you go inside and buy something. He says with higher gas prices, consumers have less money to spend inside, which cuts into their bottom line. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
And as the gubernatorial race heats up here in Georgia, Governor Kemp criticizes Democratic gubernatorial candidate Keisha Lance Bottoms, saying she was irresponsible for proposing a pause on construction of new data centers in the state.
Governor Kemp's remarks came during an interview with Bloomberg's Tyler Kendall. In an email to Bloomberg, the campaign communications director for Bottoms said in part, quote, Georgia's status quo of unchecked data center construction without a plan is not acceptable.
Bloomberg's Gina Cervetti reports in the interview. Kemp says while not every community wants a new data center, the state should work with those that do. It's 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Start the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Smile Mark McKay.
Just joining us this morning out of Covington, Conyers, rolling towards Stonecrest, Lithonia. Need to get on I-285. New ramp has opened up in that DeKalb work zone. I-20 westbound past Panola Road. Look for exit 67. That will take you to I-285. If you miss it, like many drivers have done this morning, you're going to be stuck trying to get off at Candler Road, exit 65. So a jam there, and then further on, the I-20 delays have shifted through East Atlanta. They begin at Glenwood Avenue, Flat Shoals, Gresham, head toward the downtown connector. Latest in downtown Atlanta, Ashley Frasca.
Downtown connector, 7585 northbound brake lights begin before University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway. A crash reported in the left lane by the DOT, 85 north near Georgia 400. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Sunny skies with a few clouds dotting the sky today. High 81. Low humidity levels for this evening. Lows tonight in the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High 85. Becoming more muggy by Saturday. Partly cloudy. High 86.
65 degrees right now in Kennesaw. 66 in Snellville. 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:05. More news at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham. 95.5 WSB.
Welcome, friends. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful Thursday morning. We have got a ton of stuff to talk about today. In just a couple of minutes, we'll go to the nation's capital, get the latest on the Iran war. We finally heard from President Trump yesterday in the Oval Office, what he had to say. The future of North Lake Mall, we discussed it yesterday on the program, Deborah. All of these shops getting evicted. We're getting some clarification now on what the future of the, I'm going to call it iconic. It's been there for a bit, the iconic North Lake Mall. World Cup days away here in Atlanta. We got an expert joining us in the 11 o'clock hour. How to avoid World Cup scams. Any huge event like this is going to bring the scammers from all over the globe. So we'll give you a little heads up on how to not get scammed as the World Cup heads to Atlanta. And a Grand for Gas continues. Your next chance to win a Grand for Gas coming up around 10:12 a.m. I'm going to give you a keyword. You enter that keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas, and you can win a Grand for Gas. Because I don't know if you noticed, Deborah, gas prices shot up as predicted. I heard from Alex Williams yesterday. He's like, it went up 40 cents in one day. Yeah, it's crazy out there. So a Grand for Gas, next chance to win $1,000. I want to start, though, the broadcast today with a little trip down memory lane. Deborah, when did you move to Atlanta, Deborah? Do you remember what year you moved?
Right at about 2000-ish.
2000-ish.
Like right after, yeah.
All right, so I beat you here by a little bit. I moved to Atlanta in the summer of 96. Just graduated college. I came down. There were 3 days left in the summer games. So that's when I got here. And I quickly got educated about the lay of the land in the South, linguistically, culinarily, and in the sports world. So if you remember in 96, not to bring up a sore subject, but the Braves were playing the Yankees in the World Series. As a Braves and Yankees fan, I was on cloud nine, and I turned on local sports talk radio here in Atlanta, and they're talking about the Alabama-Georgia football game or something. I'm like, how are they talking about the Alabama, whatever SEC game was? That's what they were leading with on the sports talk stations. So I was not yet at WSB Radio. I was working at my uncle's cigar store. I called up the radio station. I said, dude, the Braves and the Yankees are in the World Series right now. Why are you talking about college football? He goes, are you new here? I said, yeah, I just moved here. He goes, oh, let me explain to you. College football is king. I think we can all agree that. Sports-wise, in the South, college football is the king. You grew up in the Midwest, Deborah, where college football is big, right? Big Ten, Wisconsin, Michigan.
Particularly for me, yes.
Yeah. I grew up in New England, where college football was, I never went to a college football game. There was no local team to root for. Most of the kids in my high school rooted for Notre Dame or Miami. It was weird. There was it just wasn't a thing. So I was educated early on, like, oh, college football is the king. And in college football, I don't have to tell you, Deborah, there are a lot of big rivalries. Right? Georgia, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Alabama, all of these massive, massive rivalries. And they despise each other. Right? Georgia and Georgia Tech fans, Auburn, Alabama, they're mortal enemies. Except when the planets align correctly and the Alabama fan and the Auburn fan can come together when this thing happens, when the Braves make the World Series, right? You can root for Alabama. You're probably a Braves fan. You can root for Auburn. You're probably a Braves fan. Big Georgia fan, go Dogs, home of the Dogs. Most Georgia fans are Braves fans. Georgia Tech, go Jackets. What do they say, Judd? I don't know. Go Jackets. They're all Braves fans. So I go back to the 2021 World Series where the Braves won it all. And it was a special time throughout the South because you could be hugging, you could be at Truist Park watching the game, and the Braves hit a home run, and you'll hug the guy next to you. He might be an Auburn fan. You might be an Alabama fan. It doesn't matter. You're both Braves fans. So it's this perfect alignment of the sporting world planets that even the fiercest enemies, the clean old-fashioned hate. That's what they call Georgia Tech. But they're all Braves fans. That's why the 2021 Braves World Series was so special, and the 95 Braves World Series, because it broke down barriers. Why am I bringing this up? Because I am over the moon ecstatic that the Knicks won Game 1 yesterday of the NBA Finals. And I'm trying to relate why I am as excited as I am to folks that might not care. In New York, similarly, you have Mets and Yankees fans, they despise each other. You have Rangers and Islanders fans, they despise each other. You have Jets and Giants fans, they despise each other. All of those franchises, though, come together to root for the New York Knickerbockers. So you're seeing excitement. I'm going to hug a Jets fan. I'm a Giants fan. I'll hug a Jets fan right now because he's a Knicks fan or she's a Knicks fan. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. I hate the Mets. But you know what? I'm going to hug Mets fans because we're all Knicks fans. That's what's going on right now in New York sports fandom. Just like here in Metro Atlanta, where college football is king, the Braves can bring together arch rivals, nemesis, and root together. That's what's going on right now. That's why I'm so happy. That's why the Knicks are going to take it in 4 games of any, as I predicted. The Knicks are breaking down barriers, just like the Braves broke down barriers in 2020. You're not even a Spurs fan. Don't get that. You're a Hawks fan.
I'm not here to be a Spurs fan.
No, but
I'm here to root against y'all.
Listen, don't steal my joy. Don't steal my joy.
I'm happy you're happy, though.
There you go. Put a smile on your face then. I am ecstatic. Not ecstatic about the tick prices, Deborah. After the Knicks won Game 1 in San Antonio, cheapest get-in-the-door seat for the first game at Madison Square Garden is $6,200.
Yeah,
now.
it's like a World Cup match.
And that's like the Clark Howard seats. That's not even like courtside or, yeah. Anyway, I'm very happy. Go Knicks, go. And I hope you share my joy. My New Year's resolution years ago is don't steal anyone else's joy. Whatever makes you happy, this makes me happy. I can hug Nets fans, Mets fans, Jets fans. They're disgusting. Those people are disgusting human beings. They're dirty. They're awful. Mets fans, you know, Braves Nation. Mets fans are gross. But I'm going to hug them because Jalen Brunson is the GOAT. Anyway.
Whoa.
Anyway, welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. All right, I just wanted to give you that history lesson. Yes, college football is king. All right, let's start our team coverage on the war in Iran. Joining us from ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers. Karen, for the first time in a long time, at least by President Trump standards, we heard from the president yesterday in the Oval Office, taking questions from reporters. I'm assuming the war in Iran came up. What, if anything, did we hear? Did we get any clarification from the president yesterday?
Not in terms of the negotiations. He said that they could be close to a deal. We have certainly heard that before. He said that it might be something that could happen in the coming days, but he also said it might not happen. The president was also commenting on the strikes that had happened overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, the back and forth between the U.S. and Iran. But the Iranian strike at the airport in Kuwait that left 1 dead and more than 60 injured. He said the U.S. had hit Iran hard and they were responding, calling it reciprocating from something the United States had done. He was asked just flat out, very simple question, define a ceasefire at this point, given what we've seen over the last several weeks between the two countries. And he paused for kind of a brief second and said that he'd say that in that part of the world, a ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner. But the president kind of said that it's holding at that point, given his definition of it. But of course, these strikes have been continuing now over these last several weeks as negotiations have played out.
Interesting. All right. So in as far as the administration is concerned, the ceasefire is still holding. Reports, though, that Iran still not happy with what Israel is doing in Lebanon.
Yeah, and that is becoming such a complicating factor to this, a center point for the Iranians in the negotiations, insisting that, there will not be a deal unless there is a ceasefire. Israel and Lebanon had agreed yesterday to renew a ceasefire as part of negotiations led by the United States, but showing how difficult this is, the attacks continued there with Hezbollah firing rockets and Israel striking several locations in southern Lebanon.
Karen Travers from ABC News joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. I believe after the president talked to reporters yesterday, Democrats were able to get, 4 Republicans to join them in a resolution for the war powers of President Trump. Is this performative? Is there a chance this actually has legs on Capitol Hill?
It's symbolic, but it certainly shows the sentiment of the House right now. The 4 Republicans did join the Democrats who support this resolution requiring the president to withdraw U.S. forces unless Congress approves military action. We have seen previous efforts to do this narrowly fail, but it is symbolic in nature at this point. It would go to the Senate for consideration, but it's actually not required to go to the president's desk because of the type of resolution that it is. So this is, again, very symbolic in nature nature. The president, just a few seconds ago, responded on social media, calling it a meaningless vote, criticized those who voted for it, saying, it's happening right in the middle of his final negotiations, and called it an unpatriotic thing to do.
Yeah, I heard from some of the president's spokespeople saying that this is the wrong time to do it, that this might limit the president's negotiation power with Iran if there seems to be a fractured support in the United States for this war.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's what the White House has been saying. They also said that this was driven by absences, like the numbers issue for the Republicans, because, of course, that narrow majority. But again, they've been trying to do this now for multiple rounds before this. There's clearly a push for it, and clearly there is some support for it there. But the president's saying, this is happening in the middle of his final negotiations to end that. It's not clear that these are the final negotiations. They've also sort of been saying that for a couple of weeks now.
Finally, Karen, was the president asked about the anti-weaponization legislation and slush fund?
He was yesterday asked about this, and he defended it, saying it was something that he wanted to see move forward. But in terms of the specifics, he was referring questions to his lawyers.
Indeed. All right. Karen Travers, ABC. Karen, great stuff. If I don't talk to you, have a fantastic weekend, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
It was good to see President Trump in front of a reporter. Wasn't like a Biden-esque long absence, but President Trump usually daily will take questions from a reporter, and it's been about a week, so he was there. Pulled this audio from President Trump offering some clarification on the proposed plan to remove the nuclear bunkers in Iran. Here's the exchange with a reporter during the Q&A following the executive order signing in the Oval yesterday.
You said last week that the U.S. would go in and dig out the buried nuclear material in coordination with them.
Right.
Did Iran actually agree to that?
Well, it depends on what day you're talking about. They did agree, and then sometimes they agreed. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's one of the things we talk about. It's very overrated. I'm the one that overrated it.
Updates on the war and the negotiations throughout the day, of course, here on 95.5 WSB. When we come back, what's more patriotic as we prepare to celebrate America's 250th birthday than the discovery of some American Revolution cannons here in the state of Georgia? What? We'll tell you the details after we check traffic at 9:18 on the Mark Arum Show. Let's say hello and good morning to Mike Shields.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Watching roadwork set up on the south side perimeter. If you're making your way around the airport, this will impact you traveling 285 westbound. The inner loop getting past I-85 to Old National Highway. Work crews actively setting up in a right lane. Delays already start back about a mile back starting at Riverdale Road, and of course those delays will grow. The new ramp has opened into DeKalb County. The I-20 westbound ramp to Wesley Chapel Road into I-285. People still missing the new exit point, which starts before Wesley Chapel Road. So once you get past Panola Road, you're going to stay to the right to merge off. If not, you're going to circle back at Candler Road, which seeing delays inside the perimeter. 20 westbound leaving 285 to Candler Road. This report is brought by Firebird's Wood-Fired Grill. Alex Scott was a 4-year-old cancer patient who decided to help find a cure for kids' cancer by hosting a lemonade stand. Join Firebird's Wood-Fired Grill June 5th through the 7th to support Alex Lemonade Stand Foundation. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
How would you describe Eric Von Hessler?
You're prickly with the public sometimes.
Prickly?
Yeah.
No, never with the public.
Eric Von Hessler.
I'm very nice to strangers. I'm very curmudgeonly with those who love me.
He's got plans for your ride home.
The demeanor of the entire thing is...
Eric Von Hessler. Today at 3.
We're drinking tea on a bus.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for RJ's Auto Body Plus. I'm here with Kelly, a satisfied customer of RJ's. Kelly, how was your experience with RJ's Auto Body Plus?
My experience was amazing. The insurance company approved an aftermarket bumper on my car, and honestly, it just didn't look right. The quality was off. It stuck out a little bit. I just wasn't satisfied. What I really appreciated about RJ's Auto Body Shop was that they didn't just shrug their shoulders and say, oh, well, that's just what insurance approved. They actually stepped in and they fought for me. They went back and forth with the insurance company and got them to approve a factory OEM bumper, meaning that it actually goes with my car.
How easy was this process with RJ's Auto Body Plus?
Incredibly easy. They did the heavy lifting for me. They picked up my car. They called me. They kept me updated every step of the way. I couldn't be happier.
It sounds like RJ's Auto Body Plus made it very super simple for you. How was dealing with the insurance company right after your accident?
It was honestly a pain. I went to them right after I got my bumper put on the first time and I was dismissed. I was given the runaround. I was even given separate numbers to call. And when I came back to RJ's, they just told me to not even worry about it and that they would handle it. My experience was great.
That's RJ's Auto Body Plus, 770-955-5020, 770-955-5020, or simply search RJ's Auto Body Plus.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with NG Windows. Today, we're talking with the owners and window experts, Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum. Ted, NG Windows does a lot more than typical replacement projects, so tell us how NG Windows is different from a typical window or door replacement company.
Well, from adding windows and doors where there aren't any to creating larger openings to bring in more light and space, we help homeowners take on more customized projects. We also collaborate with designers, remodelers, and builders.
Jonathan, share some examples of projects you've completed.
We do everything from residential window and door replacements to large new construction projects. That includes expanding window openings for bigger views from homes in Atlanta overlooking the Chattahoochee River all the way to the North Georgia mountains. We've also done a church project in Woodstock with over 100 windows.
That's right, Jonathan. We've done a lot of church projects.
Ted, what do you want homeowners to consider before taking on a project?
Well, it's important to choose a company with the right qualifications. Homeowners should check references on similar projects and understand that structural modifications often require permits and sometimes even an engineer.
Okay, what's the first step for homeowners who want to get started?
Homeowners can call us or visit our website to schedule a free consultation. A design consultant will review the project and provide recommendations along with a quick, accurate proposal without pressure or pricing games.
Ted, Jonathan, thank you for your time and for being the window and door experts we can count on to keep this process simple. And right now, NG Windows is kicking off this summer with gigantic June savings. You'll save 18% off your project, plus up to 18 months no interest, no payment financing. Hurry, these amazing offers end June 30th, 2026. Visit the beautiful showroom in Alpharetta to see all the possibilities for your home. For all the details on this amazing offer and financing options, visit ngwindows.com.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
If you live through an Atlanta summer, you know your AC has to be ready. That's why I recommend Reliable Heating and Air. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you right now. You can get any size AC, just $69.99 a month with zero down. And with their Comfort Club, repairs, maintenance, even filters are included for life. You can schedule your free consultation online at reliableair.com. Reliable Heating and Air, always here for you.
Looking for something this weekend? Head to Lakewood 400 Market, where shopping feels like an adventure. Shop over 500 booths packed with home decor, fashion, art, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind finds. Grab a bite, bring a dog, make a day of it. Lakewood 400 Market. Discover something you didn't know you were looking for.
Spring allergies in Atlanta are no joke. All Care can help you manage your allergy triggers and develop a customized treatment plan. 15 locations, after hours and weekend appointments. And now, virtual care services. Learn more at allcare-ga.com/allergy.
What they started pulling up were cannon that dated to the mid-1700s, so that placed it well before the Civil War. And working with experts, we found out that the cannon date from the mid-1700s manufacture and were likely associated with the Siege of Savannah in 1779.
Unbelievable. That is the voice of U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Andrea Farmer. She's an archaeologist with the Corps. As we celebrate our 250th birthday, Deborah, that's phenomenal. Where do they find these cannons? What's the deal with them, and can we see them?
Yeah, so they have 17 1,500-pound cannons, and like she said, they go back pre-American Revolutionary War. They're going to be on display opening over the 4th of July weekend, so just in time for our birthday, at the Savannah, what is it? The museum there in Savannah.
Not the Savannah Bananas game, but the museum.
Unfortunately, they won't be there,
Yeah.
but the museum right there. And as they were, you know how they were talking about making that trench bigger for the ships to come in?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Savannah
dredging
port?
it.
Yeah, that's where they kind of found.
No
they found like
kidding.
one, and then they kind of started finding a whole bunch
That's
of them.
awesome.
And first they're like, these are probably from the Civil War, right? That was the first thing in their mind. But then they did more research and cleaned them up, and they realized this is like before the United States was technically the United States. And thanks to France for making us the United States. And so, yeah, they cleaned them up and they'll be on display soon.
If you want a refresher ahead of our 250th birthday, a bunch of documentaries just dropped on Netflix, and they're legit. Like, they have presidents in there. Like George Bush is and Obama. Like these are legit documentaries on Netflix. There's a bunch. One on George Washington, which I watched. One on Thomas Jefferson I watched. Holy smokes. I didn't know much about.
He's a character.
Wow. Anyway, if you want to get pumped up for our 250th, definitely check that out. Now, we know we've, the American 250th celebration in D.C. I was 2 during the bicentennial, so I don't remember what was going on. But I would imagine, are we going to do something here in Atlanta on July 4th? There's got to be something big
I
to
asked
celebrate
my parents
that.
what happened during the bicentennial, and Dad only was like, well, I have some quarters and some, he has coins, and that's all he remembers.
But I remember it being a bigger deal than the 250th is, which I would think.
Because it was a solid 200.
Maybe, even number, round number.
Gotta wait 50 more years.
Anyway, I listen, it's a big deal. We're turning 250. That's the longest democracy in history, I believe, is two. Yeah, so we have a lot to celebrate. 1776 menu, the menu when the country was founded. These are the food choices of Americans back then?
They were kind of doing this research to say, this is probably what Americans were eating as the country was being founded.
Okay.
Colonialists, I guess.
Gotcha.
They weren't technically called Americans, right? Colonialists. And they went by what was grown in the area, because you didn't have Kroger shipping in stuff all over the place. Publix wasn't available 24/7.
You're not getting oranges in Massachusetts.
Yeah, seasonal food. And then remember, they didn't have electricity or refrigeration the way that we do. So these things had to kind of stay for multiple days. So things that they have on here are something you've probably eaten, Brunswick stew.
Oh, yeah.
That was very common in the colonial days. Wilted salad, which makes me not want to eat it. Yeah, it says it's turtle meat, rich broth.
Oof.
Yeah, mostly turtle meat. And
okay.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
all
good.
Right.
Succotash, have you read succotash?
Oh, yeah, I
before?
love succotash.
Mush pudding. Boiled milk, not like the pudding that we have now.
Yeah.
Pigeon pie, because pigeons were everywhere. They used pigeons as daily meat. And potted meat, like Spam.
I would not have been as husky as I am now.
Nobody was,
had
though,
I
right?
lived in 17th. What about corn, right? The maize, didn't we? Wasn't that part of the diet? Clam chowder, lobsters, clams? No? All right. Anyway, happy early birthday. We need to blow this out. We need to have a great 250th birthday celebration. All right, Juddy Buddy's got your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, Bill Pulte's appointment drawing some criticism on both sides of the aisle. We'll go in depth next on the Mark Arum Show.
You know you want a luxurious deck, but you're feeling overwhelmed with so many options. It's enough to make your head spin. Hi, I'm Scott Nelson, owner of Nelson Exteriors. Maybe you know exactly what your dream deck looks like. We can build that. If not, we offer design help and expert guidance to create a beautiful, high-quality deck that you'll enjoy every day. Decks done differently, decks done right, with exceptional customer service at a reasonable price. Get your free estimate, Google Nelson Exteriors.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Men, if ED or PE is affecting your performance in the bedroom, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's performance in the bedroom in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Even when Viagra and Cialis have failed, men are now lasting longer than ever. Right now, your consultation and first treatment are free. Call Priority Men's Medical Center now at 404-885-8885 or PriorityMen'sMedical.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're putting on our annual Watches and Whiskey event Friday and Saturday, June 12th and 13th. This is when, on top of our own collection, we bring in everything from sport models to classics to hard-to-find Swiss pieces for you to browse in a no-pressure environment and enjoy complimentary whiskey tastings from Old Fourth Distillery. If you've been trying to figure out Father's Day, stop trying to guess at a gift. Give Dad a great day out to taste some whiskey in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. RSVP online at dgeller.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 9:30. I'm Jed Hickenbotham. News this half hour brought to you by Dr. Roof. Our top story, we are hearing from MARTA this morning following the announcement by the federal government that it's opening an investigation into Atlanta's main transit agency. MARTA saying safety remains its number one priority, and it looks forward to showing it. This morning's announcement from Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy highlighting violent events in recent weeks around MARTA, including the fatal stabbing of a woman on a train near the Oakland City station just last Saturday. MARTA has 15 days to submit the requested information about its safety, and of course, it comes just days before the World Cup comes to town, and ridership is expected to go way up at MARTA. It is currently 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says today should be gorgeous. We'll get into the low 80s. Low humidity today under sunny skies, and low overnight could dip into the 50s. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. New developments this morning in the conflict in the Middle East as Hezbollah publicly rejects the extension of a ceasefire announced late Wednesday between Israel and Lebanon. That, of course, brokered by the U.S., comes after Iran launches another barrage of drones and missiles in an air attack on two U.S. allies in the Persian Gulf.
Yes, the U.S. military, the U.S. government insists that their war earlier had, really debilitated Iran's military. But I think it's just quite clear that Iran still has firepower. It can fire back.
Yeah, Tom Sufi Burridge reports Kuwaiti officials say Iran fired 13 ballistic missiles and 17 drones targeting Kuwait and Bahrain, where there is a major U.S. naval base. Check back often. We'll keep you updated on the conflict in the Middle East here on 95.5 WSB and on the WSB radio app. Breaking news in the region when it happens. The Georgia-based owner of the New York Stock Exchange joins a new artificial intelligence cybersecurity initiative.
The Intercontinental Exchange has signed on to Anthropic's Project Glasswing. The financial technology company is deploying the AI giant's Claude Mythos model across exchanges, clearinghouses, data services, and its mortgage technology platform. The Intercontinental Exchange says the effort enhances the security and resilience of critical market infrastructure. The company's hoping the initiative will identify and remediate vulnerabilities that can be exploited through emerging AI technology. I'm Bloomberg's Courtney Donahoe for 95.5 WSB.
And now that we're into hurricane season, Georgia Power urges residents around Metro Atlanta, not just along the coast, to be prepared for the worst.
It's better to be over-prepared, especially here in Atlanta. We know how the roads are. So, just be prepared in case of, a big storm hitting us in a way we may not expect.
Georgia Power's Amanda Souls says now is the time to get your emergency kit together. That kit could be complete with non-perishable foods, water, and medication that could last more than a few days. Portable cell phone chargers are also recommended, along with a battery-powered radio. It is 9:33 as we check your money. A big mixed bag on Wall Street. The Dow opening way up this morning. S&P and NASDAQ, though, are opening up down so far. Now live team coverage of traffic and weather. Start the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Mike Shields.
And Joe, watching debris across the roadway in Marietta. The DOT tells me I see the delays North Bear Parkway at Polk Street, so that's jamming up the streets around the Marietta Square. Just be aware of those brake lights. Also watching brake lights glow on the south side perimeter by the airport. 285 westbound, the interloop between I-85 and Old National Highway. Right lane roadwork set up and delays 2 miles back now, starting back before Riverdale Road as you make your way under the runway tunnels and around the world's busiest airport. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies with low humidity today with a high of 81. Lows tonight dropping down to the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high around 85. Increasing humidity, so feeling muggy by Saturday. Highs in the mid 80s.
It is currently 69 degrees right now in Cumming, 72 in Union City, 70 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jed Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
I need your attention. Where you're going is a given.
Use caution as you travel through the area.
How you're getting there.
Major slowdown. That's the question.
The outer loop slow as you leave Truist Park. Before you hit the navigation app. So maybe jump north of there and use La Vista Road.
Listen to the people you trust. Unusual delays with the direction of this crash.
Updated traffic as often as you need every time you listen.
Following extreme delays.
More experience, more reliable, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Triple Team Traffic.
And the delays are growing out of
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
If Hezbollah is intent on disrupting the ceasefire, the result is going to be on them.
That's the Israeli ambassador to the United States. Still to come, the latest on the Iran war and the negotiations. But next, in depth on the appointment of Bill Pulte to head up the National Security Agency. 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show. Hey friends, it's Mark Arum here. Do you want peace of mind when it comes to your home's electrical system? That's kind of a big deal. I want you to do what I did and schedule an appointment with Reliable, a company you can trust. An amazing limited time offer. Keep your home safe with a 79-point electrical safety inspection that identifies loose wires, worn breakers, corrosion in your panel, or outdated smoke alarms. Only $49 for real peace of mind. Book an appointment online at reliableair.com or call or text 770-594-9969.
As a Massey Services technician, we have earned the trust of our customers. So much so, we're often called upon for a second opinion.
Could I interest you in the steak or lobster?
What would my Massey technician do?
That's a lot to chew on, but I do know that Massey's Pest Prevention is the right choice for preventing pests from getting inside your home. Plus, our service is guaranteed or your money back.
Massey Services, offering expert advice and much more. Expect more and get it.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Coming up from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, Delta Classical Concerts featuring music director Nathalie Stutzman, conducting Mahler's powerful Resurrection, Symphony No. 2. The Grammy Award-winning ASO Chorus joins an orchestra of epic proportions for Mahler's exploration of life's meaning. Don't miss Stutzman conducting Mahler's Resurrection Symphony on June 4th, 6th, and 7th at Symphony Hall. Tickets at aso.org.
9:37 on the Mark Arum Show. I absolutely love this song. This is the Mamas and the Papas, California Dreaming. Happy 82nd birthday, Michelle Phillips, former singer of the Mamas and the Papas, former wife of John Phillips, mother of China Phillips, and a former wife of Dennis Hopper. What? I thought the lead singer of the Mamas and the Papas died. Didn't she choke on?
You're thinking of Ma Cass?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
a
they
different
collaborated.
one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, isn't that a great song? Love that. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Don't forget, this is our last week for a grand for gas. After this week, that giveaway goes away, so your next chance to win a grand for gas coming up at 10:12 a.m. I am going to give you a keyword. You enter that keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas, and you can win a grand for gas. And perfect timing, too, as we sadly lost the gas tax exemption. Maybe if the war continues, we'll get that back on. But right now, no gas tax suspension, so you really need a grand for gas. Your next chance to win, 10:12 a.m. here on the Mark Arum Show. Joining us on the program, correspondent Rory O'Neill. Rory, good morning. The other day, I was taken aback by President Trump's appointment to replace Tulsi Gabbard of the acting director of national intelligence with Bill Pulte. Apparently, I was not alone in questioning this appointment. What can you tell us?
Yeah, you're in pretty good company because Bill Pulte, whose grandfather created that Pulte home construction company, doesn't really have a background in national intelligence. He's been a big fundraiser for President Trump, very loyal to him, and has been working as the Federal Housing Finance Agency chief, which makes sense given his background in home building. But yeah, so for him to suddenly go from that job to DNI chief, replacing Tulsi Gabbard, is a big leap. And actually, it's one of the jobs where you need qualifications. And I'm just don't mean to do a good job. I mean, it's in the statute. It says any presidential nominee for DNI shall have extensive national security expertise. And there's nothing in Pulte's background to suggest that he does.
Yeah, my first hesitation was not, I didn't know much about Pulte's background. I know he's a loyalist to the president, but, he's going to serve this while serving in his current role in the administration, while still serving as the head of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. To me, those are three really big jobs that each individually might demand 100% of your attention and time.
Right. And the job is, sort of nicknamed as America's top spy. And here's one of the issues, especially the Democrats are stirring the pot over, that, Pulte, while running the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which oversees Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, he did the research and found information that suggested New York Attorney General Letitia James and a member of the Federal Reserve Board in two separate cases sort of fudged up their mortgage applications. And it was in that role he was able to dig up the dirt. So the fear is that you make him America's top spy, will his job being using every record available in the federal government to dig up dirt on President Trump's enemies.
Now, as his appointment as acting, that acting word is very important because it doesn't need confirmation. And President Trump is seemingly willing to keep that acting title for a long time, so he doesn't have to go through the confirmation process.
Yeah, because it might be a pretty rough time to get him confirmed. Senator Mitch McConnell has already come out to say he's a no on this. Now, you know, McConnell's vote, he voted against Tulsi Gabbard, too. So it's not enough, but we've heard a lot of criticism coming from several Republicans. By the way, did you see Secretary Bessent in the hearing room yesterday?
Not a fan
it was Tom Tillis. Tom Tillis asked Secretary Bessent in the hearing, is it true, Mr. Secretary, that you threatened to punch Bill Pulte in the mouth? And Secretary Bessent responded by saying, no, sir, I threatened to kick his ass.
Wow. Correspondent Rory O'Neill joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. So with this, bipartisan pushback on the Pulte nomination, do you think President Trump might move quickly to find someone else, or you think he's going to stick to his guns and try to get Pulte in this job full time?
Yeah, I think that getting him in there full time, I think, is going to be nearly impossible. How long he can make him acting DNI is a bit of an open question still. But again, it is a critical role in national security, essentially leading up all of our various intelligence agencies to brief the president on any potential threats to the homeland, and to have a real estate builder and big campaign donor in that job, that one may be a stretch.
Final quick question for you, Rory. Knicks in 4 or 5?
Come on, go Spurs.
Goodbye, Rory.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Have a good day, Rory. Yeah, Rory's a Celtics fan. Rory O'Neill there. So, again, Deborah, you remember, you and I were talking about when the Pulte appointment came in. My biggest hesitation was like, he's already got 2 very important jobs. How can he handle the third? More on this. Again, I'm not scrutinizing the pick. I was questioning the pick because I didn't know enough about Bill Pulte to scrutinize the pick. I was just questioning, like, how can he do all 3 jobs at once? He's facing new scrutiny over his lack of experience at a time when the U.S. faces a heightened threat environment. ABC's Karen Hua with more.
Growing backlash to President Trump's pick for acting director of national intelligence, Bill Pulte. Pulte will oversee 18 intelligence agencies despite having no experience in the intelligence field. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell, without naming Pulte, suggested he's unfit for the job, saying the role requires extensive national security experience.
Now, Tulsi Gabbard had, and she had to step away because of her husband's health. I don't know how long she was going to last in that position. We certainly hope her husband recovers fully from what he is dealing with. But Eric Erickson, I caught this after we got off the air, Deborah, the day that Pulte was appointed to the position. I'm going to play what Eric Erickson had to say. Mr. Erickson not pulling punches at all.
I will put this very bluntly to you. Some of you will be offended by this. A 5-year-old with mental disabilities would be a more competent director of national intelligence than Bill. Bill Pulte is an idiot, Nepo baby, who is spectacularly unaccomplished except for the things his family has allowed him to do. He is a bully who has come up with some of the worst ideas in this administration. Bill Pulte is the man who decided to start prosecuting Democrats for mortgage fraud who filled out information on their forms that wasn't right, and then it turned out that he himself on his own mortgage application had essentially filled it out the same way as the woman at the Federal Reserve, Lisa Cook, who they were trying to oust. That's the genius now in charge of the Office of National Intelligence. Pulte is also the genius who came up with the 50-year mortgage that was laughed at and soundly, wisely rejected by everyone except for morons, because it's a terrible idea to have a 50-year mortgage. You would overwhelmingly wind up paying more interest than you would the cost of the house. It's a terrible idea that could only be loved by those who are in the development and lending business, like Bill Pulte. He also has overseen the privatization of various things that probably shouldn't be private and the public control of various things that shouldn't be put in public control. He's not a smart guy. He's a bully and a moron. And the president has now put this person in charge of the director of national intelligence. And before you at me that he was the CEO of his daddy's company, yes, daddy's company, Nepo baby, not very accomplished in his own right. And yet, because he's in the Trump administration, because he went to some Ivy League school, people are like, oh, he must be a genius because he's on our team. Stop being so tribal. You can't separate the idiots from the competent people. He's not a competent person. And the fact that he's been put in charge of the director of national intelligence is actually one place you can put a guy like that who's a tribal loyalist, who's a bully without much smarts, because there's not a lot of damage he can do there because the office is largely impotent. In other words, Marco Rubio and John Ratcliffe are so competent that you can leave this position in the hands of fools and everything's going to be okay. But if something bad happens, him being there is he's one, going to be a fall guy, and two, it's going to be something the Democrats attack the president for putting an idiot in charge.
There you go. Not mincing words is Mr. Eric Erickson. You, of course, can hear Eric live after this show, noon to 3, Monday through Friday at 95.5 WSB. So, again, I didn't know the background, the qualifications of Pulte. I just knew that that's a tough job, and he's already doing 2 tough jobs. And as Rory said, he's acting in this replacement of Tulsi Gabbard, and Rory seems to think that there's no chance he would get that full time. That acting thing might be going away for Attorney General Todd Blanche. President Trump saying he's going to nominate Blanche for the full-time job as Attorney General, which could be complicated by the current revolt on that January 6th $1.8 billion fund. ABC's Jay O'Brien.
Blanche has become the face of this fund on Capitol Hill, including in a tense meeting last month when even staunch allies of the president warned Blanche that this fund was a political mistake in their view. And there are also concerns among some Republican senators that Trump, who has openly said, including this week, that he still wants to pay January 6 defendants, and Blanche could use the Department of Justice still to do just that. I asked one Republican senator just yesterday if he was concerned about that. He said, quote, who wouldn't be?
All right, so Blanche did get confirmed as the assistant attorney general under Pam Bondi. So he's already been through confirmation process once, but that was not for the heading up of the DOJ, the big attorney general. I don't know if he could get confirmed right now, even though the Republicans hold a majority in the Senate, because of a couple of things. One, Todd Blanche was President Trump's former personal attorney. Two, Pam Bondi in her testimony last week that we didn't get to hear or see, but was reported by congressmen and senators in the meeting, said Blanche has been in charge of the Epstein files from day one, pushing everything on his plate. Like, Todd Blanche has been heading up the Epstein files. That, I think, could draw some criticism, maybe from a Murkowski on the Republican side of the Senate. And I just don't know if President Trump has the political might to push the confirmation of Todd Blanche to the full-time job as Attorney General. Interesting. It's interesting times we're living in. All right, 9:48 on the Mark Arum Show. When we come back, we're going to update our top local stories. A reminder, your next chance to win a grand for gas coming up at 10:12 a.m. I will give you a keyword, and you enter that keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas, and you can win a grand for gas. So make sure you're listening 10:12 a.m. right here on the Mark Arum Show. 9:48, checking the ride around town. Any current hotspots, Mike Shields?
Had one on the downtown connector, Mark, but better news if this crash is cleared out of lane. 7585 northbound University Avenue, exit 244. Still sluggish, though, as you leave the airport. 166 trying to make your way into downtown and midtown. 7585 southbound, sluggish as we expect from Atlantic Station. Breaking free once you get past Georgia Tech. And right lane roadwork slowing you down around the airport. 285 westbound the Interloop getting past I-85. The support is brought to you by Georgia Aquarium and the world of Coca-Cola. From incredible animals to iconic brand, explore it all at Georgia Aquarium and the world of Coca-Cola. The steps apart and under one great deal. Get your combo ticket at AtlantaIcons.com. From the Lao Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, you know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our Triple Team Traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is at 10. WSB's A Grand for Gas. From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
Summer storms may come and go, but the savings at Dr. Roof are here right now. Amazing summer specials. It's Mark Arum back from my pals at Dr. Roof. Want you to visit drroof.com today and save with their summer specials online at drroof.com.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At D. Geller & Son Jewelers, we're proud of our incredible selection of engagement rings and wedding bands. But sometimes, the best thing about seeing so many styles in one place is getting ideas because the perfect one might not be right in front of you. That's why, since 1939, D. Geller & Son has used our amazing craftsmanship and industry experience to make custom jewelry from the ground up. She's gonna look at that ring for the rest of her life, so make it its own story when you build it custom at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
If you like Brian Kemp, you're gonna love Rick Jackson.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story, and I've kind of felt like for really 2 years now that race is right for a political outsider, especially somebody that could sell funds.
Rick Jackson, a conservative outsider who will make Georgia proud, just like Brian Kemp.
I'm Rick Jackson. Brian Kemp wins big for Georgia. Record jobs, teacher pay raises, and when Hollywood liberals tried to boycott Georgia, Kemp never backed down.
The conservative outsider, just like Kemp.
As governor, I'll slash property taxes and lead America in job creation. I'm Rick Jackson. Like Governor Kemp, I'll fight for Georgia and win big because that's what I've done my whole life.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story.
Rick Jackson for Georgia. Paid for by Jackson for Governor Inc.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for the Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
It's Scott Slade, and here's how the team at Ragsdale Heating and Air can get you ready for the hot and humid days of summer. If it's time to replace your air conditioning system, the Ragsdale System Design Specialist can give you a quote today and have your new system installed as soon as the next day. And you'll be confidently comfortable for the next 15 years with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new system. You can trust Ragsdale for all your heating, air, plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs. Schedule online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
9:54 on the Mark Arum Show. Everyone knows this song. Blues Away. We used to, believe it or not, Deb, they would play this in the locker room, the Marist College baseball locker room. Well, we didn't really have a locker room. And I was like, why are we playing? Garth Brooks was everywhere in the early 90s.
He was the biggest selling artist of that decade.
Yeah, which leads us, why is Garth in the news today? It's a good reason. He apparently has been offered how much money for his music catalog, Deborah?
He is seeking about $2 billion to sell off his music catalog and recording rights that would make him the wealthiest singer on the entire planet.
So he's offering that. No one's offered it to him yet.
Not yet, but if you pay attention to artists that do this, the $2 billion mark is kind of normal now.
That's insane. Insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I know artists in the past have regretted selling their catalogs, but at $2 billion, if someone does pay him that, go ahead. Someone wants to offer me $2 million for my audio catalog, I will accept it.
I think it depends on the artist and how close they are to the end of their career.
How much do you think Garth Brooks is worth right now?
And it says here, $400
million. Yeah. So he's not hurting for money, but
no.
$2 billion.
Meaning licensing and commercials.
Take it
and all
all.
that. Exactly.
Take everything I got.
He hasn't officially retired from making music or performing, but knowing he wouldn't have to do it as much as he gets older, that's a nice assurance.
I met Garth Brooks once, and he smelled amazing. He did. I don't know what cologne he was wearing, but he smelled fantastic. Do you wear cologne, Vinny?
Yeah, I wear cologne,
all right.
yeah.
Here's a tip for the cologne-wearing fellows out there. If you don't wear cologne, don't worry about it. I went like a period of 10 years where I didn't wear it. Now I wear it on the regular. When you're putting your cologne on, Vinny, do you spray it on yourself or do you put it on your hand and then dab?
On myself.
Okay. I put it on my hand and then dab behind the ears or whatever. If you are put it on the hand first kind of guy, put it on your left hand. Spray your cologne in your left hand, dab it wherever you want, and then preferably wash your hands. I shake a lot of hands in my work at WSB Radio, and I shook some dude's hand yesterday, and he puts his cologne on with his right hand apparently, because my right hand stunk like whatever the hell he was.
And you have to wash it like 3 times to get it off.
After 3 times, it's still. I was like, so all right, listen, wear cologne. I think it's good. You want to smell good for your friends, neighbors, coworkers, family, spouse, whatever. But put the cologne on with your left hand, because no one shakes with the left hand. Very few people shake with. Put it on with your left hand, so when you shake someone's hand, they don't smell like you for a week. I have no idea. I shook a lot of hands.
Marking
yesterday.
the territory.
I was like, what the? What in the? I'm just sniffing. I was like, goodness gracious. Speaking of washing hands, shout out to Amazon. They did come through with my employees must wash hands before returning to work. We're going to put them on in the men's room. I'm thinking on the inside door as you go out. So just to shame the folks, not on the mirror in front of the sink, because people.
No, because they're walking past the sink.
They don't
anyway.
exactly right. So we're going to do that. But shout out Amazon, quickly getting these to me. All right, news, weather, and traffic in 3. When we come back, updating our top local stories, and yes, a chance for you to win a grand for gas. $1,000 up for grabs next on the Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for RJ's Auto Body Plus. I'm here with Kelly, a satisfied customer. How was your experience, Kelly, with RJ's Auto Body Plus?
My experience was great. I had an accident back in October, and the insurance company approved an aftermarket bumper. And honestly, it just didn't look right. It was wrong color, didn't match, stuck out just a little bit. I went back to RJ's, and I really appreciated them. They went and they fought the insurance company for me. They went back and forth with the insurance company and got them to approve a factory OEM bumper, meaning that it actually goes with my car.
That's a real live customer experience with RJ's Auto Body Plus. Go there now, ladies and gentlemen. Call 770-955-5020 or search RJ's Auto Body Plus. That's RJ's Auto Body Plus, 770-955-5020, or simply search RJ's Auto Body Plus.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
There's so many things you want to upgrade on your home's exterior. You need experienced craftsmen who communicate and keep you comfortable through every step of your project.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus. Trust the Plus family of businesses for everything on your list.
Painting Plus, anything and everything exteriors at the highest quality. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more.
Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Kick off the summer with a stress-free way to sell your home with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Our top local story, the federal government launching an investigation into MARTA's safety plan on the heels of 2 recent attacks on MARTA property. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says every American should be disturbed by the horrific crime scene on MARTA in the last month. Now, he's referencing the stabbing death of a great-grandmother and another stabbing that injured a man. The Federal Transit Authority says it's initiating an audit to determine whether or not there are conditions that endanger transit workers and passengers on the MARTA system. The probe will review the transit agency's security spending and safety protocols. MARTA says it's cooperating with federal officials, saying the safety and security of its customers and workers is its #1 priority. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB. All right, so your weather for today, it's going to be another beautiful day. Sunny skies, a little bit warmer, highs around 81, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast that comes your way in about 2 minutes. A mom and her child are shaken up this morning after shots are fired as they considered buying a puppy from a man at Rodney Cook Senior Park in Northwest Atlanta. According to police, the woman said that she was holding the puppy. Her child was in the back seat of the car when the man came up, snatched the puppy from her, and then took off. The man who was selling the dog became irate, pulled out a gun, and fired into the vehicle. Luckily, she nor her child hit. The suspect then snatched her purse and took off in a white Nissan Altima. Did you hear about this? A man arrested at a TSA checkpoint at an airport in California. Pierre Thomas reporting this morning the man was trying to get through security with an explosive device.
A bizarre incident unfolding just after 9 p.m. on Saturday, with a suspect showing up at a TSA checkpoint at Sacramento's airport wearing a scarf covering his face and latex gloves. Authorities say when they checked the carry-on bag of Kamani Jones, they discovered an explosive device, a torch lighter, as well as a knife, scissors, blades, and zip ties. He says the man has a history of paranoia. And the Points Guy's best U.S. airlines of 2026 rankings are out this morning. Atlanta-based Delta, #1 for the 8th year in a row. Delta was noted for its on-time record and overall travel experience. Coming in at #2 was United Airlines, followed by Southwest. Well, brace yourself for even higher prices for beef. This after the New World screwworm has been detected at a ranch in South Texas. There's already a ban on imports of live cattle from Mexico, sending the average price for a pound of ground beef to nearly $7. The case in Texas is likely to push prices even higher. And the number of unemployed Americans applying for jobless benefits unexpectedly surged last week. Jim Ryan has a look at the numbers.
Economists expected initial jobless filings to remain steady at around 215,000 in the week ending May 30th. Instead, the figure surged to 225,000 applications. The 4-week moving average is less prone to wild fluctuations, but even it rose last week by 6,500 from the week before.
All right, let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 766 at 51,453. So the Dow's up more than 1.5%. NASDAQ's down almost a full percent. The S&P is also in the red. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Smiling Mark McKay joining us from the 24-hour traffic center.
All right, Sabrina, still getting used to a new ramp that has opened on I-20 westbound on the east side into DeKalb County, working from 20 west to I-285. Keep in mind, if you're rolling in from Stonecrest, Lithonia, you have to hit that ramp just past Panola Road. That's the ramp to 285 in Wesley Chapel, marked exit 67. A lot of folks are missing it this morning, and they're continuing on past I-285 and exiting at Candler Road. Extra heavy on that exit ramp as folks try to turn themselves back around. I-20 eastbound passing Six Flags, brake lights default in Industrial Boulevard, and a crowd gathering through Stockbridge at the I-75, I-675 merge. That southbound delay will continue toward Hudson Bridge, Eagles Landing Parkway, exit 224. From the Loud Security System Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies with a few clouds dotting the sky today. High 81. Low humidity levels for this evening. Lows tonight in the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High 85. Becoming more muggy by Saturday. Partly cloudy. High 86.
It is 68 degrees in Kennesaw, 69 in Milton. Sugar Hill has 69 degrees. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show and a good Thursday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:05, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. Extended fam with us today. Gracie Award-winning Deborah, executive producer of the program. Double teaming the phones today. We got Ocean Spray and Brooke. Vinny Drip, her on the other side of the takeout window in mere minutes. I'm going to give you a keyword on our Grand for Gas giveaway, a chance for you to win $1,000 coming in about 7 minutes here on 95.5 WSB. Still to come, we'll get the latest on the Iran war and the negotiations with Bloomberg News. 11:35, we're going to talk to an expert trying to prevent us folks here in Atlanta getting scammed during the World Cup. Big events like this, scammers come en masse. So we're going to figure out how we do not get scammed during the World Cup. Speaking of the World Cup, Deborah, I don't know if you saw Ocean Spray brought in some World Cup-centered chips.
Yeah, they released them earlier this year. They're supposed to be like ethnic flavors for the teams.
Yeah, so he brought some in for us to sample.
You and Vinny going to try them out?
Yeah, well, if you're welcome to. If you,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I remember you tried the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Never
that didn't
again.
go well.
Oh, Lord.
So kudos to Ocean Spray bringing in some chips.
And no Ocean Spray.
And no ocean. Well, we can get some Ocean Spray to wash it down.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. We'll make that happen. I want to start now, though, off with a local story we talked about yesterday. Deborah told us about mass evictions at the iconic North Lake Mall off of North Lake Parkway, La Vista Road, there in DeKalb County. And we didn't get much clarification. It was like all these, smaller shops inside of North Lake Mall got eviction notices. Now, the big store like Macy's had already closed, but we didn't have any details about what was going on at North Lake Mall. We got some clarification this morning on AJC.com, Deborah. What's the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reporting about the North Lake Mall situation?
So we still have that same info where most of the tenants are told they have 30 days to get out of there, but it looks like Emory Healthcare is not affected by the notice at all. So if it's going to expand into Emory Healthcare, they're the one place that has been safe, though. It doesn't. I don't have any more information about like how they're going to change this mall. Mostly just that those people that are there still have 30 days to get out.
All right, but the bit like there's a Foot Locker there. Is that going to be? I mean, there's still some big anchor-ish type stores at North Lake Mall.
All of the small stores, basically, so maybe not national chains. They're told that they have to get out.
All right.
There's no more major department stores there.
But we still haven't got clarification of what the future of North Lake is going to be.
So it says it doesn't know who what the owner intends to do with the space.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be all hospital, or yesterday we kind of talked about the live, work, play type thing.
Sure. But there's something coming because an outfit like Jim and Nick's wouldn't just willy-nilly put up a brand new brick and mortar store in the parking lot there unless they knew like big things were coming. That to me
like
is
an Atlantic Station or an Avalon or a
like,
Battery.
There are big plans there. But so the healthcare facility is going to stay. But all the small little shops, they got 30 days. That kind of stinks for them. For all the mom and pop outfits that have 30 days to get out of town with an eviction. It hits close to home. I didn't grow up going to North Lake Mall. Maya did. So it's like kind of bittersweet for her to see what's been going on at the mall.
A lot of those store owners said that they're looking for new places, but the rent is so high outside of the mall that it's going to be hard to stay open.
I'm looking back to the 90s. In fact, can you pull up that 90s story, Deborah? The 90s summer. Going to when I was in college, we'd go to the Poughkeepsie Galleria Mall. When I was in high school, there was no mall in my small town, but we drove 20 minutes to West Hartford to West Farms Mall. Is that it? Yeah, I don't know what it was. West Farms.
Straight up mall rats.
Yeah, and that was the cool place to go. Like if you really wanted to impress a girl, Vinny, you'd say, "Hey, let's go to West Farms Mall. And they'd be like, really? Yeah.
We get a new shirt at the Chess King.
Yeah. Like I have those deep, deep memories of mall experiences. The food court, you can get there and find an inexpensive, like teriyaki chicken and the free samples.
Yeah,
and
we had a movie theater, a record store for me, an arcade, the food court.
I mean, malls were, a big part of the 80s and 90s. Even back in the 70s, well, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was basically centered around.
Yeah. And we weren't old enough to do anything else.
That was all you could do. And it was worth a 20-minute drive to actually do something that was cool and exciting. And that's where the cool kids went.
Oh, yeah, you were going to see your crush somewhere in the mall.
Absolutely. So reminiscing back on the 90s, apparently there's a trend now for parents who have kids that the parents grew up in the 90s. They're trying to recreate a 90s summer for their kids.
Yeah, these parents, again, they were teenagers themselves, were kids in the 90s that now have their own children, are saying, we probably had it better in the summer. We didn't have all these digital connected. We weren't so anxiety-ridden with the filters to slap on our tickety-tocks or anything.
Yeah.
So they're trying to encourage their kids to do the same things that they did when they were in the 90s. Some of the things it has here is like sleepovers, head to the pool, play outside, probably all the things that we did. I know that I rode my bike around Stranger Things style all over that city until I couldn't ride anymore. We would have sleepovers. We'd have craft things with our friends. You get
I like that.
And, yeah, so
the
parents are
easiest way to
trying
recreate the 90s is just turn off the internet. You turn off the Wi-Fi.
I had internet in the 90s.
It must have been late. Well, mid to late 90s, I guess it was a thing. Yeah.
We couldn't do much. We were on AOL, but that was about it.
But you had the internet. All right. I don't know. That sounds kind of cool, recreating a 90s summer. When we come back, we're not going anywhere. I'm giving away $1,000. After I give away $1,000, speaking of parents and doing things for their kids, I want you to think about this for you listening out there, especially if you're my age or older, Gen Xers or Boomers. The younger generation, the younger kids now starting to have kids themselves, the millennials, the Gen Zers. Do you think that younger parents are spanking their kids or not? In 2026, the millennial and Gen Zs that are procreating now, which is kind of scary, as young parents, are they spanking their children or not? We will let you know after we give away $1,000 for gas. Here we go, friends. Your 10 a.m. keyword is rent, R-E-N-T, rent. Enter the keyword rent into the WSB Radio app or at WSBradio.com/gas. You have until 10:30 a.m. to enter the keyword and win $1,000. The keyword is rent, R-E-N-T. And don't forget, if you get a phone call after 10:30 from a number you don't recognize, an 833 number, pick it up. Could be us telling you want $1,000. The keyword is rent, R-E-N-T, rent. Good luck. $1,000 for gas. This is the last week for $1,000 for gas. So you gotta enter. If you want $1,000 for gas, you have limited opportunities just today and tomorrow. Good, it's Thursday already. Time flies. This is crazy. Before we get to the parents, I'll let you think about if young parents are spanking or not. I'm a hoarder, Deborah, and I was going through a box of stuff yesterday looking for something, and I found my checkbook from college.
To an account you don't have anymore?
No, Bank of New York, been closed since 96, but I still had it. And I'm thumbing through it. Speaking of the keyword rent, my rent in college, 1-bedroom apartment, subterranean apartment, Poughkeepsie, New York, $320.
Nice.
I was like, oh my God. I didn't know how good I had it. I didn't know how good I had. Not a studio, 1 bedroom, no roommate. Pimp it. I didn't have a stove. That was the thing.
You don't need a stove.
I did not need a stove. $320 for rent.
Man.
Can I go back to those days, please?
Back to the 90s?
Yes. Recreating my 90s summer. Happily writing a $320 rent check. Gosh, if I was single, if I can get my old apartment again, just I don't want to be single. But gosh, I was living the dream. $320 rent. All right, young parents, I am going to assume that the millennials and the Gen Zers that are now parents are not spanking their kids at all. That it's a softer generation. It's maybe they weren't spanked. I think overall, younger parents are not punishing their children with the back of their hand.
Says about 20% of millennial and Gen Z parents do spank their children. Now that goes up when you're talking to Gen X and boomers who
Hell yeah.
were spanked probably.
Yes.
But millennials say some of them still do, even though child psychologists say negative reinforcement is bad. You should look at other ways like timeouts or whatever. But 20% of them still do.
Not as not a parent myself, I'm not judging whether you do or not. I mean, gosh, that's the toughest job in the world is to raise kids. Bless your heart. I'm sure you're doing the best you can. That surprises me that 1 in 5 younger parents are still spanking their kids. Now, a vast majority, 80%, don't, which I think is what my line of thinking was. I was spanked. My mom was the disciplinarian, and she denies it to this day, but her weapon of choice was a metal ice cream scoop. Until I got exactly, Vin. Until I got too big to like block the blows. My dad spanked me once. That's when I knew I really screwed up.
Hand.
Well, my mom would take a belt. I'm going to do this live on YouTube. I'm going to take my belt off. And I don't remember her ever hitting me with a belt, but she would make I don't know if I can do it with this old ass belt. Yeah, like she would take the belt and I don't remember her, but the ice cream scoop, yeah. But my dad only spanked me once. And that's when I was like, oh, I should, whatever I just did, I shouldn't do it again. If dad is mad, you grew up on a farm? You had...
So my dad would never spank me.
You grew up on Dutton Ranch.
I'm his favorite. He would never spank. I really wasn't a bad kid.
Yeah.
But it's kind of known in Mexican cultures that if you're going to get hit, you're going to get hit with a chancla, a shoe.
Oh,
like
okay.
your grandma's going to chase you
Yeah.
around with the shoe. My mom would take her shoe off and hold
chase
it
you
up
around.
and know
That
that's
was
when we
the
were in
threat.
trouble. Yeah.
But yeah, you were a good kid. Drip, were you spanked as a kid by your parents?
No.
Yeah, I
mom
could
used to-
tell. You didn't have to
Yeah.
answer. I know. You can tell who's been spanked and who hasn't been spanked. Just I can meet you in inside of 10 seconds. I can tell whether or not you were spanked or not. Vinny is definitely was reared in a non-spanking family, which is good. I'm not judging.
Tough talking tos, you know. A lot of that.
A lot of the
Dumping.
time, the mental anguish, abuse is more long-lasting than the physical stuff.
It says 69 countries around the globe have banned any type of spanking, and the United States is the only place where spanking is like legal in all states.
Like for a parent to spank.
Yeah. So like if you were in France and someone found out you spanked your child,
Interesting.
you could be reported to services or something.
I am old enough to know there was a Catholic school in my hometown, and the teachers could hit the kids in the Catholic school.
I'm pretty sure that's still a thing.
Is that still a thing?
No, I don't. But like my mom would say like the nuns would hit her hands with the
Yes,
ruler.
with the ruler.
Yeah.
So I'm that old that that was still a thing in Connecticut at the Catholic school, that the teacher had carte blanche, and it wasn't. I don't think it was just a ruler. I think they could do what they would, like corporal punishment, whatever they call it.
Oh, what was that movie that we saw with the nuns?
Ghost?
Remember? No, it was out west. Was it one of the Yellowstones? Wasn't it? The 18,
Oh,
remember with
yes.
the nuns and the
Native
natives?
Americans?
Yeah, and they were disciplining them.
That was the
disciplining.
Kevin Costner one,
Yeah.
I think.
No, that was I think it was the prequel, the 18.
Something.
The
We'll
Harrison
figure it out.
Ford one.
Yeah, we'll figure it. Oh yeah, it was the 1883. Yeah. Oof. That. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So 20% of young parents are spanking their kids. The stat of the day though is what 69 countries
69 countries don't allow it.
do not allow the spanking. We knew Vinny Drip wasn't spanked as a child. Grand for Gas keyword is rent, R-E-N-T, rent. Enter the keyword rent into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas. You have until 10:30 a.m. to enter the keyword, win $1,000. Keyword is rent. Don't forget, if you get a call after 10:30 from an 833 number, answer it. Could be us telling you you won $1,000. 10:18 on the Mark Arum Show, checking the ride around town. Let's say hello and good morning to Smiler Mark McKay.
Good morning, Mark. Big snag out of Snellville. More than just a snag. Highway 78 westbound is shut down with police activity right at Stone Drive. They're basically putting you into a Lowe's parking lot and you can't get out. So if you're rolling out of Snellville this morning, I recommend taking Five Forks Trickham or even going north on Scenic Highway to Ronald Reagan Parkway, as you cannot get any further than Stone Drive on Highway 78 westbound. Still seeing backups mess on the Candler Road ramp off of I-20 West at exit 65. Folks heading in from Covington, Conyers, Lithonia, Stonecrest to the new exit ramp. If you miss it, you have to head to Candler Road, but I want you to take it if you have to head to 285. You'll catch that ramp just past Panola Road. It's marked exit 67. This report sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Hey, Georgia, remember you can play Georgia Lottery games from almost anywhere on any device. Go to galottery.com and click on DigiGames. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
If you want to take out the dominoes, you got to figure out which is the first domino.
The opinions expressed are his.
Where is the beginning of the domino chain to push to make all the other dominoes fall? That's Venezuela.
And that's what makes you listen.
This is one of the craziest stories I have read.
Eric Erickson.
There actually does need to be a law
Today,
here.
starting at noon.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Looking for something this weekend? Head to Lakewood 400 Market, where shopping feels like an adventure. Shop over 500 booths packed with home decor, fashion, art, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind finds. Grab a bite, bring a dog, make a day of it. Lakewood 400 Market. Discover something you didn't know you were looking for.
The Metro Atlanta commute is a constant challenge. No matter what time you hit the road and as the trip times rise, so do the chances you'll get hit by a distracted or speeding driver. Hey, it's Smiling Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates. I don't want to report on you being in a crash, but if I were in a wreck, I would only call John Foy. I trust him, and you can too. Dignity, compassion, and respect are the hallmarks of their service. Been hit? Don't wait to make the call to the strong arm. Zero upfront costs. JohnFoy.com.
We're hiring at A1 Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at a1garage.com/careers.
A1garage.com. A1 from day one.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Did you know you can save up to $35 on your next fill-up? Redeem your fuel points for big savings at the pump. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with the same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes, fees extra after 12 months. Regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate. And there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Atlanta at 404-480-9606. 404-480-9606. That's 404-480-9606. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationatlanta.com.
It's that time of year again. When school's out, traffic finally takes a breather. It's also the time many families relocate to a newer home before the next school year starts. This is Scott Slade. If this is you or you're thinking to refinance to better terms, MyLend is my place to go for all your home lending needs. Right now, more homes are on the market, giving buyers more choices than they've seen in years. Myland is helping buyers move forward with smart mortgage strategies designed for today's market. Their loan experts will walk you through the process and explain everything clearly, allowing you to shop with confidence. The folks at Myland have seen it all, and this is why so many Atlanta real estate agents trust them to refer their clients to them. And it's why I trust them too. Call Myland. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com, spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. Myland is an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I sold my home with Mark Spain Real Estate. Their offers are the strongest in the industry. One of their clients, AD, said, Mark Spain Real Estate's knowledge of the market and strategy made selling my home simple. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
525,600 minutes.
That's Rosario Dawson, former guest of the Mark Arum Show, singing Seasons of Love from the hit musical Rent, which happens to be our keyword today in our Grand for Gas. I didn't even know that's from Rent. I heard that song and I'm like, oh, that's from The Office. When,
oh, really?
Yeah, when they sang it to Michael Scott when he was leaving. Anyway, it's from Rent. That is your keyword, Rent, R-E-N-T, Rent. Enter the keyword Rent into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas. You got just 5 minutes to pop in that keyword, win a Grand for Gas here on 95.5 WSB. We've got a summer reprieve. God bless Christina Edwards for this amazing weather. I'm wearing a flannel shirt because it was 50 degrees this morning.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it's warming up now, so I've got a Braves T-shirt underneath, so I do the wardrobe shift. But once the hot summer months come, so do mosquitoes. I would imagine, Deborah, because I grew up in a heavily Italian town, and the Italians used to get whacked by mosquitoes, like the darker complected skin, the mosquitoes went to them. I don't know if you found that.
I am a mosquito magnet.
Yes, you are. All right. Mosquitoes apparently, I don't even know if they have a brain, little tiny brains, they are now developing some sort of skill to avoid or outsmarting repellents.
So this is what it says here. Basically, they've done all these studies. Now mosquitoes can associate the smell of DEET. So you know how they'll tell you put on bug spray.
Yes.
Particularly DEET's supposed to be the best thing to keep mosquitoes away. Well, now mosquitoes are like, well, if it smells like this, there must be something for me to eat nearby. And it's realizing you can just go to that smell now and still sting somebody.
God,
yes.
evolution's crazy.
I know.
Do you have a secret to keep the mosquitoes
I wear sleeves.
Away? A sleeve.
I wear sleeves all the time.
I know the certain colors apparently attract or distract.
I think the thing is like it's about carbon dioxide and body heat or something. Sometimes people say it's blood type, but then the Red Cross said no, so who knows?
When I sold Avon in college, one of my biggest sellers.
Skin So Soft.
Skin So
my
Soft.
My mom loved it.
But I've never tried it as a mosquito repellent, but that was the selling point. Yes, I did sell Avon briefly in college. Don't judge. You know, a man's got to eat. I had to do something. I had to pay that $320 rent somehow. But apparently Skin So Soft was like this urban myth to keep mosquitoes away. I've never really tried it out. All right, Rent is your keyword, R-E-N-T. Pop that into the WSB Radio app. Win a Grand for Gas. When we come back, what's the latest with the anti-weaponization fund and the war in Iran? We'll go to the White House next on the Mark Arum Show.
Coolray is celebrating 60 years of bringing home comfort to Atlanta, and they're making June a month to remember. Right now, you can upgrade your home comfort with a new Carrier cooling system starting at just $60 a month. If your AC struggled last summer or you're worried about rising repair costs, now is the time to replace it before the Georgia heat arrives. For 60 years, Atlanta homeowners have trusted Coolray. To set an appointment today, simply go to Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. solutions. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Fellas, you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, and you want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need advanced hair. Hey, it's Mark Arum with you. The results unmatched. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair. Address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a very cool, calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments. And get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. The day after the treatment, your hair begins to regrow. Get started today with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR, 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and do not forget to ask about that advanced hair guarantee. 470-660-HAIR or online at advancedhair.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. The federal government launching an investigation into MARTA's safety and security procedures. That announcement made this morning. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy saying every American should be disturbed by the horrific crimes that we've seen on MARTA in the last month. This comes after several recent incidents. Federal investigators giving MARTA 15 days to submit information about their safety procedures. In a written statement from MARTA this morning, they tell us that the safety and security of customers and workers is the number one priority, and that MARTA welcomes the opportunity to share its information with federal officials. Your weather for today, it's going to be another beautiful day, sunny skies, a little bit warmer, highs around 81, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A close call between a JetBlue airliner trying to land in Fort Lauderdale, Florida this week and a small plane that appeared to be in the jetliner's flight path. Matt Rivers reporting that air traffic controllers were heard trying to communicate with that smaller plane.
Alerts going off in the cockpit of that JetBlue plane. According to Flight Radar 24 data, the two planes were 1.63 miles apart horizontally and 500 feet vertically. The FAA saying in a statement the required separation was maintained.
And no injuries were reported. Thousands of baby bottles being recalled this morning because they could pose a choking hazard. It's the Boone Nurse 8-ounce reusable baby bottles. The hard plastic outer shell can bubble or peel, and loose pieces of plastic can come off, posing a choking hazard. The bottles were sold nationwide at Walmart and online for about $20. They came in a 3-pack, and they were pink tie-dye. If you have these bottles, you should not use them. You can take them back for a refund. We have more information on our website. You can take a look. College football Hall of Famer Nick Saban going before a Senate subcommittee to push a bipartisan bill that would set standards on college athletes' name, image, and likeness contracts and transfers.
I believe we want an education-based model that compensates athletes fairly, protects athletes properly, and still preserves development, competition, opportunity, and tradition.
He says college sports are slowly drifting toward a professional model as every new rule leads to a fresh lawsuit. The Protect College Sports Act looks to limit athlete transfers along with their years of eligibility. Now, the latest on the conflict in the Middle East. Hezbollah has rejected the latest ceasefire agreement reached between Israel and the Lebanese government, demanding a complete Israeli withdrawal. Today's announcement comes as Israeli strikes killed at least 4 people, according to local authorities, and a UN peacekeeper was killed in the crossfire. Hezbollah's leader saying that the agreement's demand that Hezbollah fighters leave southern Lebanon under fire would mean, quote, surrender, defeat, and achieving the enemy's goals. The ongoing fighting in Lebanon, where Israeli forces have seized large portions of the south, threatens efforts to end the Iran war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Keep it here for continuing live team coverage of the conflict in the Middle East. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 685 at 51,372, so the Dow's up more than a full percent. NASDAQ and S&P are both in negative territory. It's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. For that, we turn to Smile and Mark McKay.
Got to find another way out of Snellville to the Stone Mountain region than Highway 78. Highway 78 is shut down between Stone Drive, the Lowe's. Take it out to Puckett Road, just before East Park, West Park Place. Police activity, that's all Gwinnett Police would tell me. So Highway 78 is a no-go once you reach Lake Lucerne and Stone Drive. So Five Forks, Trickham, or take Highway 124 Scenic Highway up to Ronald Reagan Parkway to get around that complete closure of westbound lanes of Highway 78 for the time being. All lanes of I-75 rolling out of Morrow into Stockbridge are slow, leaving Highway 138. That's just heavy volume, trying to get past Hudson Bridge Road. Construction back up near the airport this morning, taking out a right lane, ramping 85 south to 285 west on your way to Union City. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies with low humidity today with a high of 81. Lows tonight dropping down to the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high around 85. Increasing humidity, so feeling muggy by Saturday. Highs in the mid 80s.
71 degrees right now in Duluth. Winder has 70 degrees and it's 71 in Johns Creek. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Chris Chandler. When you join us Friday starting at 5 for Atlanta's Morning News, it's the last day to play our Grand for Gas contest. Clark Howard on how Vegas is paying could be your game this summer, and the weekend forecast too on WSB.
I'm one of them. They raided my house, Mar-a-Lago. That never happened.
President Trump yesterday talking about the anti-weaponization fund. Coming up next, we'll go to D.C. for the latest on that and the latest in the war in Iran. 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show.
She gardens, cooks, and sews. She's running for town council, and she was doing it all in pain she couldn't ignore anymore.
I had 3 muscle tears in my right arm and 1 in my left arm. I'm a quilter, and I could not hold the material up in the air because I couldn't lift my arms above my shoulders without severe pain.
Surgery? Not this busy lady. Susan booked a free consultation with QC Kinetics. Her customized regenerative treatment plan finally calmed the pain in her shoulders.
I am able to now go back to quilting 100%, and every once in a while I think, oh wait, that didn't even hurt.
The QC Kinetics treatments had given her shoulders new life.
It was like a new shoulder had been put in. It's your own body healing your body. No foreign anything.
The future of joint pain relief. It's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Schedule your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Whoa! Sorry, Mr. Fish Expert. We got a real Jacques Cousteau over here.
That's Horacio Sanz from Saturday Night Live. He turns 57 years old today. A former guest on the Mark Arum Show, Deborah, maybe? I don't know.
Not with me.
No, not with you. All right. Anyway, happy 50. Speaking of SNL, we'll get back to the anti-weaponization fund in just a second. But have you watched the Eddie Murphy AFI special on Netflix yet?
No, is it good?
So I watched 3/4 of it yesterday. Eddie Murphy honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm 3/4. Oh, my God. It was awesome. Stevie Wonder's on it. Dave Chappelle, Arsenio Hall. I mean, it is, if you are an Eddie Murphy fanatic like I am and grew up with him, I haven't finished it yet, but the first 3/4 are phenomenal. It's on Netflix right now. Eddie Murphy AFI Award. Dan Aykroyd wasn't there. He was supposed to give a speech, but something came up, so he sent his daughter instead. It was really funny. Anyway, I recommend doing that. What am I talking about now? Oh, Deborah's like, I don't know. Oh, let me reset. Coming up in an hour, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers. And then right after that, we're going to expert on the World Cup coming to Atlanta. The scamsters will be coming as well. How to avoid World Cup scams. And Ocean Spray have brought in 3 World Cup-centric flavors of Lay's potato chips. Brazilian-style garlic sauce, Argentinian-style steak with chimichurri, and then French onion soup, which I don't see how that that's a thing anyway. I do love French. But anyway, we're going to try those after we talk to the guy warning about World Cup scammers. All right, let's go back to the anti-weaponization fund. As we mentioned earlier, President Trump, after about a week, finally talked to reporters yesterday in the Oval Office after signing an executive order, asked about the anti-weaponization fund. Is it dead or just delayed?
Is the $1.8 billion DOJ fund dead or is it on hold?
It's, I'd have to ask the lawyers, I don't know. The weaponization fund, as far as I'm concerned, was a beautiful thing. It was something I didn't make it, but I heard that. I thought that was the greatest thing.
All right, so President Trump not committed either way. He said he had nothing to do with it, but he loved it. Moments ago, Elena Trine at the White House.
Yeah, look, I mean, we've seen this now after Blanche has really auditioned over the last 2 months for this role to become more permanent. He was named acting attorney general after Bondi, of course, was pushed out by the president. And one of the things he did that has been impressive in many ways to Trump has been he has bent over backwards to show his loyalty. I'd remind you that part of the reason Trump soured on Bondi was because he believed she was not doing enough to go after his political opponents. And just 3 weeks after being named acting attorney general, Blanche moved forward with new charges against former FBI director James Comey, something, of course, that Trump had wanted. But then he also hired a new advisor to investigate former CIA director under Obama, John Brennan. He also, of course, has been issuing new subpoenas to news organizations and journalists over Iran-related leaks, something that has also been something that has frustrated the president. He was very pleased with Blanche doing that. And then, of course, the most recent thing being this IRS settlement. Blanche, a key part of the talks around that, he had to sign off on it. Not only did it protect the president himself and his family members and their businesses from IRS investigations, but it created this $1.8 billion weaponization fund. As for those comments, though, where they seem to be differing, look, what Blanche was doing is something that the administration recognized they needed to do. It was a politically damaging to move forward with that fund, particularly as Republicans are trying to get immigration funding across the line. Trump, however, is, of course, someone who never wants to capitulate to political pressure, and said, trying to argue this was him following the court's orders.
I don't have sources inside the West Wing, but the history I have following this administration, now 2 terms, I would wager that the anti-weaponization fund is delayed, not dead. I think they want to get the passing of the border security money and have that not be an issue for Senate Republicans. And then once that is passed, I think it's $72 billion. Then, Todd Blanche, the president, will try to revisit this $1.76 billion anti-weaponization fund. So if I were a betting man, and I have been in my life, I would say that it is delayed, not dead. I certainly will not give you betting advice nor investment advice because I can't make heads or tails of this, Deborah. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 692 points right now. 51,379, but NASDAQ's down 150 points. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't figure that out.
But for me and you, Deborah, oil's down 3.45% today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Gas prices went up.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dow, I got to go back to the New York Knicks, by the way. I'm on cloud 9 right now. The Knicks are going to sweep it. This is what it sounded like Knicks fans yesterday.
This energy is crazy. There's so many people just yelling, having fun. The energy here is a million. The whole 10,000 outside and inside is for the Knicks.
I mean, it's just the greatest experience.
We're going to be in New York, Deborah, while the finals are going on. Yeah.
Oh, thank God you got your room.
Yeah, it was very exciting. But the reason I play that, not to gloat over the Knicks game 1 win on the road in San Antonio. The last time the Knicks were in the NBA Finals was 1999. The Dow was 10,000. Say it out loud, Deborah.
I said, "Jeez."
Yeah. In 1999, the Dow was a little over 10,000.
That was still the internet boom era, wasn't it?
Yes. And now it's over 50,000. That's pretty crazy. I remember when I was in grade school and the Dow hit 1,000. That was a big deal. The Dow's over 1,000, and now it's over 50,000. I can't make heads or tails. Why is the Dow up and NASDAQ down? I don't know. Call your broker. Go to Clark.com. I have no idea what's going on there. A couple of layoffs here. Let's start with Uber. By the way, yesterday, I'm driving home, Deborah, yesterday on 85 North. Guess what I saw?
A Waymo?
A Waymo.
On 85?
Yes.
I thought they weren't going to be on highways.
I was like, holy smokes, that's a Waymo on the interstate. So I'm like, let me drive up and check it out. There was a dude driving.
Okay.
So it was a dude driving the, but
maybe
anyway.
it's training it or something.
Something, or is taken to the shop. I don't know what was going on. But I was excited. And I'm like, no, it's not self-driven. There's a dude driving this Waymo right now. Uber has been big into the Waymos now. But Uber apparently laying off a ton of employees.
Uber is laying off about 23% of its people division. So the people that actually kind of work inside the Uber, not the drivers themselves. Those are obviously
the
independent.
Corporate folk.
Yeah, 23%. As it moves to more autonomous, their whole thing is, the generic statement of we want to maximize effectiveness of the team.
Yeah.
Basically, it comes down to cost. But they also announced they're having a new Waymo type car, not here in Atlanta yet, but it kind of looks like a little VW minibus.
Ooh.
So it's supposed to be kind of bigger and have, if you're disabled, like easier.
I saw those in Vegas. I think what
Vegas
you're describing.
is
yes.
one. Yeah, so LA, Vegas, and one other city.
When Maya went to Vegas for spring break, we were in a regular taxi because taxis are the way to go. I love Uber, but in Vegas, it's taxis all the way. It's still a taxi town. And we were driving next to one of this autonomous vehicle. It wasn't a Waymo. It was like this boxy looking thing. And the taxi driver was so mad. He's like, these are the dumbest vehicles ever. They do crazy. Yeah, he was heated. So I think I saw that. I think I did see that one coming there. One more layoff story. This one's another big one at Social Security. Obviously, we're questioning, Deborah, whether or not we're ever going to see Social Security. Who are losing their jobs at the Social Security Department?
Social Security Administration has cut about 7,000 jobs, or 13% of its staff, over these past couple years. And I think this was part of some of the. Remember when Doge was a thing and they're trying to make everything really efficient? That was part of that whole restructuring there. Unfortunately, people that are on Social Security, especially those with disabilities, they're having harder times getting those payments because they want it to go to all autonomous. But you tell somebody who's maybe not so internet savvy,
sure,
download an app, build a profile, link it to your account, and it's like speaking a foreign language to them.
It sounds like it's going to be tougher for those.
Right. And so they were going to try to put locations, but those locations are only in large cities. So if you're rural and you're older, it's going to be harder to get those Social Security things taken care of.
Are we ever getting those Doge checks, by the way?
No.
Weren't we supposed to?
No. Weren't they just implied?
I don't know. I think we were promised like $2,500 Doge checks at one point.
I don't remember.
I'll look that up during the break.
Right.
Can you look something up during the break? Back to Uber with the layoffs there. Is Uber profitable yet? Because I know in their infancy, they were losing like billions of dollars a year. And they were like telling the investors, like, just stick with us. We're going to be a thing.
Yes, highly profitable.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says here.
Will you give me the numbers when we come back?
Yes.
All right. Deborah's going to give me the numbers when we come back. Hey, congrats to Holly. Holly won a Grand 4 gas. Congrats, Holly. Enjoy that at the pump today when you fill up. Your next chance to win a Grand 4 gas coming up after the new news, right before Eric Erickson on 95.5 WSB. 1047. Whether there is a driver in the car in front of you or not, we can back up and update the backups live with the latest Smile of Mark McKay.
A little bit of good news for our friends out of Snellville this morning that were held up and basically stopped on Highway 78 Mark at Stone Dry. Police activity has wrapped up over the past few minutes, so the westbound lanes are open now. So in recovery mode between Snellville and Stone Mountain on Highway 78. Downtown connector, we're scanning the jam cam in Midtown for possible trouble. 7585 southbound near Georgia Tech. It's slow leaving 17th Street. Northbound connectors on the brakes. Looks like there's a crash or a stall up against the left wall, partially blocking the HOV lane. 7585 northbound near University Avenue. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
You know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our triple team traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is at noon.
WSB's A Grand for Gas.
From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
Summer storms may come and go, but the savings at Dr. Roof are here right now. Mark Arum back with you. If your roof needs repairs, replacement, or just a professional inspection after those pop-up thunderstorms, now's the time to act. Visit drroof.com. Check out their summer specials on roof repairs and new roofs. Dr. Roof's helped homeowners protect what matters most with trusted service and quality craftsmanship. Don't wait for the next storm to find out if your roof has problems. Go to drroof.com today.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Georgia homeowners, quick question. When was the last time you paid full retail for anything? Not your TV, not your phone, not your car. So why are people still paying full retail for windows? Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and most homeowners don't realize this. Big window brands mark their prices up 30 to 50% just for the name. You're not buying better windows, you're buying their advertising budget. Here at Window Comfort, we cut out the brand tax and we go factory direct. That's how we deliver premium windows for thousands less. And to kick off 2026, we're making it stupid not to check. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, free installation, and no payments until 2028. Don't be the homeowner who paid full price. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. Go to windowcomfort.com and get your free, no-pressure estimate today.
If you like Brian Kemp, you're going to love Rick Jackson.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story, and I've kind of felt like for really 2 years now that race is right for political outsiders, especially somebody that could sell funds.
Rick Jackson, a conservative outsider who will make Georgia proud, just like Brian Kemp.
I'm Rick Jackson. Brian Kemp wins big for Georgia. Record jobs, teacher pay raises, and when Hollywood liberals tried to boycott Georgia, Kemp never backed down.
The conservative outsider, just like Kemp.
As governor, I'll slash property taxes and lead America in job creation. I'm Rick Jackson. Like Governor Kemp, I'll fight for Georgia and win big, because that's what I've done my whole life.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story.
Rick Jackson for Georgia. Paid for by Jackson for Governor Inc.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter. Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you make. So after an accident, why trust its repair to someone focused on cutting cost? At RJ's Auto Body Plus, they believe the repair should protect your vehicle, not the insurance company's bottom line. For nearly 20 years, families throughout the area have trusted RJ's Auto Body Plus because they don't believe in shortcuts, cheap parts, or rushed repairs. With over 40 years of experience, they know what proper collision repair looks like, and they stand up for their customers every step of the way. They work with insurance companies daily, but they work for you. Whether it's a newer vehicle, a luxury vehicle, or simply a vehicle you care a lot about, their mission is simple: restore it safely, correctly, and with the quality you deserve. RJ's Auto Body Plus, because your vehicle deserves more than a minimum. Call 770-955-5020 or simply search RJ's Auto Body Plus.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon,
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Oh, there's ancient skies. I've had these
That's Russell
wandering
Brand
eyes.
and a very underrated movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Happy 51st birthday to Russell Brand. I believe he's from the UK. I believe he's been accused of some dastardly things.
Yes, very. Yes.
And he's kind of gone a little
He's
loco.
found some religion, is what he says,
He used to be married to Katy Perry.
for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
think he's settled down with somebody else now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he was a little crazy on social media. Also crazy on social media. Did not see this coming. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Former President Biden's son is on social media, and he's not holding back. What's Hunter Biden doing on the socials these days?
Hunter Biden kind of posts photos like he's a teenage influencer sometimes with the pictures that he posts. Well, a couple years ago, we talked about how they found cocaine in the White House, and everyone's like, oh, clearly it has to be Hunter Biden's because he was convicted.
He was a drug user,
right,
an addict.
Right. So he posted on social media, 7 years clean and sober, right? And somebody kind of commented like, oh, yeah, you must have been the drugs that we found at the White House were yours. And he did have a good response. He's like, never. I would have never left my cocaine behind, which is kind of funny.
I saw another thing, too. Someone talk about cocaine and Hunter Biden, and he was like, no, I would never snort cocaine. Like, crack was my preferred. I smoked cocaine, didn't snort it. I don't know. If I'm Hunter Biden, I'm like, just
Look, his dad pardoned him.
I understood, but there's no need to be out in the public eye. I mean, those are some funny responses. Listen, if you are an addict in recovery, you deal with it in different ways. What did he say, 7 years clean and sober?
7 years clean and sober.
All right. I would imagine before he found sobriety, you might run into Hunter Biden at a cockfight. Outside Philadelphia, veterinarians are helping document evidence of alleged animal abuse after more than 50 birds were rescued from a suspected cockfighting operation in Chester, Pennsylvania. This update from officials on Monday. ABC's John Paul's at the scene, reporting 24 people have been arrested.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
Our cameras are rolling as state and local police, along with the SPCA, raided a warehouse. Inside, police say they interrupted a cockfight in progress.
There was food set up, drink set up.
Nicole Wilson is the director of animal law enforcement for the SPCA. She says this was a complex operation involving 25 people from as far away as New York. They say they found 52 live chickens and 3 that had already died from fighting.
I know culturally that's a thing in some areas.
I've seen a cockfight before. They're
really
awful. Yeah, if you can go into certain parts of Mexico, they're terrible.
I don't see the appeal of that.
To watch animals hurt each other? No.
Yeah, but especially chickens.
Roosters are kind of mean.
Understood, but they're chickens. They did an episode of Seinfeld about cockfighting. Young Jerry Seinfeld. That was the name of the champion. I'm against all making animals fight. Dog fighting especially. That was that Mike Vick story. That was horrible. But he's since changed his ways. But I didn't even know cockfighting was still a thing. Apparently is in Pennsylvania. Anyway, back to Hunter Biden. I don't think but maybe when he was on the crack, maybe he would have been at a cockfighting event. Well, actually, Deborah's at a cockfighting event, so
across the board.
I got to revisit my view of. Never mind. All right, Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, we're going to update our top local stories, the latest on the negotiations or lack thereof with the Iran war. And don't forget, the World Cup is coming in just days, and so are the scammers. At 11:35, we're going to talk to an expert on how we can avoid those World Cup scams. Social media is active through the broadcast at Mark Arum and at WSB Radio.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Think you can't afford a new roof, windows, and doors? You can. The Roof Guys at Finley make it affordable with 0% financing and payments starting at just $139 a month. Get started at finleyroofing.com.
Cancer. One small cell can change everything. Beating it takes something big. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built for it. Built for breakthroughs, pioneering clinical research, treatment, and surgical innovation. With the most cancer centers and board-certified oncologists in Georgia. We're built around you, with personalized care from screening through survival. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer.
What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with the same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes, fees extra after 12 months. Regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Who doesn't want their plumbing, roofing, HVAC, you name it, job done right for the right price? I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. 2.5 million happy TrustDale customers can't be wrong. Book your next project to get my free $10,000 Make It Right guarantee only at TrustDale.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. Our top story, MARTA responding to a federal investigation launched after a couple of recent attacks in broad daylight.
MARTA says passenger and worker safety is its #1 priority, and it welcomes the opportunity to share details of its safety plan. That plan is now the subject of an audit by the Federal Transit Authority, looking into MARTA's safety protocols, security spending, and risks to riders and workers. It comes after a 66-year-old woman was stabbed to death while riding a MARTA train and a 40-year-old man stabbed and injured in a MARTA station. Feds say the rate of MARTA's personal security events is 3.5 times higher than the national average, specifically relating to rail workers and riders. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Sunny skies today, a little bit warmer. Afternoon highs around 81, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A mom and her child shaken up after shots are fired as they considered buying a puppy from a man at Rodney Cook Senior Park in northwest Atlanta. According to police, the woman said that she was holding the puppy, her child, in the backseat of the car when a man came up, snatched the dog from her, and took off. The man who was selling the puppy became irate, pulled out a gun, fired into her vehicle. Luckily, the mother nor the 4-year-old hit. The suspect then snatched her purse and took off in a white Nissan Altima. The Points Guys' best U.S. airlines of 2026 rankings are out this morning, and Atlanta-based Delta ranks #1 for the 8th year in a row. Delta was noted for its on-time record and overall travel experience. Coming in at #2 was United, then Southwest Airlines. All right, a new study highlights how the brain works to master certain skills that suggest real multitasking is possible. Scientists at Georgetown say that there's a way to remodel your brain architecture and use other parts of your brain to enable multitasking. Scientists use driving as an example, which they say requires all full attention at first, but then after it's been mastered, people can talk and listen to music without needing full attention to driving. Dr. Patrick Cox, the author of this study, says it has implications for critical real-world scenarios, like when a radiologist can accurately classify masses on an X-ray as benign or malignant fairly automatically. And when it comes to jobs, first-time unemployment claims were on the rise last week. Numbers out today from the Labor Department show 225,000 people filing first-time jobless claims for the week ending May 30th. That's up 13,000 from the previous week and was more than what was expected. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is currently up 794 at 51,481. So the Dow's up more than 1.5%. NASDAQ is down almost 0.5%. The S&P is in positive territory, but only slightly. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We're going to start with the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Right now, watching a slow ride out of Alpharetta into Roswell. We got work crews rolling in the left lane, 400 southbound. Right now, they're right at Holcomb Bridge Road, exit number 7. So that's why you're seeing the bunch up out of Roswell out of Alpharetta into Roswell. Still some delays in DeKalb County. That new I-20 westbound ramp to Wesley Chapel and I-285 is open. That's exit 67. Starts about a half mile before Wesley Chapel. Those that have missed that ramp are what's slow in the right lane as they take 20 westbound to Candler Road to turn back around. And also the paving is ongoing on the south side to I-85 southbound, passing 285 and Old National Highway. That blocks the right lane. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Sunny skies with a few clouds dotting the sky today. High 81. Low humidity levels for this evening. Lows tonight in the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High 85. Becoming more muggy by Saturday. Partly cloudy. High 86.
We have 73 degrees right now in Marietta, Decatur, and Roswell. We'll have more news at 11:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
No, I want this town to be near you.
11:04 on a fairly busy Newsday Thursday. Welcome back, friends. Mark, Arum, and crew with you till noon. Coming up in 30 minutes, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Santana and the Brothers of Doobie. 1 hour from now, next chance for you to win a grand for gas here on 95.5 WSB. And sandwiched in between that, we're going to talk to an expert who is going to help us avoid World Cup scams. Yes, scamsters are heading to our fair city. We want to avoid them, so we got an expert to talk about how we can avoid World Cup scamsters. I do want to revisit a big story yesterday. President Trump, for the first time in a while, taking questions from reporters at the Oval Office.
Anything can happen, when you're dealing with Iran, but when you're dealing with other countries. But that's a very volatile part of the world, probably the most volatile part of the world.
There's President Trump talking about the Iran negotiations. Joining us from ABC News, White House correspondent Karen Travers. Karen, first time we heard from the president in a little bit, taking questions from reporters, including the war in Iran. Did we get any clarification about the war or where the negotiations are right now?
Not in terms of the negotiations. He said that they could be close to a deal. We have certainly heard that before. He said that it might be something that could happen in the coming days, but he also said it might not happen. The president was also commenting on the strikes that had happened overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, the back and forth between the U.S. and Iran. But the Iranian strike at the airport in Kuwait that left 1 dead and more than 60 injured. He said the U.S. had hit Iran hard and they were responding, calling it reciprocating from something the United States had done. He was asked just flat out, very simple question, define a ceasefire at this point, given what we've seen over the last several weeks between the two countries. And he paused for kind of a brief second and said that he'd say that in that part of the world, a ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner. But the president kind of said that it's holding at that point, given his definition of it. But of course, these strikes have been continuing now over these last several weeks as negotiations have played out.
Interesting. All right. So in as far as the administration is concerned, the ceasefire is still holding. Reports, though, that Iran still not happy with what Israel is doing in Lebanon.
Yeah, and that is becoming such a complicating factor to this, a center point for the Iranians in the negotiations, insisting that, there will not be a deal unless there is a ceasefire. Israel and Lebanon had agreed yesterday to renew a ceasefire as part of negotiations led by the United States, but showing how difficult this is, the attacks continued there with Hezbollah firing rockets and Israel striking several locations in southern Lebanon.
Karen Travers from ABC News joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. I believe after the president talked to reporters yesterday, Democrats were able to get, 4 Republicans to join them in a resolution for the war powers of President Trump. Is this performative? Is there a chance this actually has legs on Capitol Hill?
It's symbolic, but it certainly shows the sentiment of the House right now. The 4 Republicans did join the Democrats who support this resolution requiring the president to withdraw U.S. forces unless Congress approves military action. We have seen previous efforts to do this narrowly fail, but it is symbolic in nature at this point. It would go to the Senate for consideration, but it's actually not required to go to the president's desk because of the type of resolution that it is. So this is, again, very symbolic in nature. The president, just a few seconds ago, responded on social media, calling it a meaningless vote, criticized those who voted for it, saying, it's happening right in the middle of his final negotiations and called it an unpatriotic thing to do.
Yeah, I heard from some of the president's spokespeople saying that this is the wrong time to do it, that this might limit the president's negotiation power with Iran if there seems to be a fractured support in the United States for this war.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's what the White House has been saying. They also said that this was driven by absences, like the numbers issue for the Republicans, because, of course, that narrow majority. But again, they've been trying to do this now for multiple rounds before this. There's clearly a push for it, and clearly there is some support for it there. But the president's saying, this is happening in the middle of his final negotiations to end that. It's not clear that these are the final negotiations. They've also sort of been saying that for a couple of weeks now.
Finally, Karen, was the president asked about the anti-weaponization legislation and slush fund?
He was yesterday asked about this, and he defended it, saying it was something that he wanted to see move forward. But in terms of the specifics, he was referring questions to his lawyers.
Indeed. All right. Karen Travers, ABC. Karen, great stuff. If I don't talk to you, have a fantastic weekend, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
11:09 on the Mark Arum Show. I want to drill down a little bit further on that War Powers Act vote that was taken yesterday. A rare rebuke to President Trump concerning the war in Iran. ABC's Karen Hua has more.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill delivering a rebuke to the president. 4 Republicans siding with Democrats as the House voted to direct President Trump to either withdraw forces or get approval from Congress to continue the war. It's a largely symbolic vote with little chance of passing the Senate. The White House brushing it off, saying President Trump will continue to protect our national security using his constitutional authority as commander-in-chief.
So largely ceremonial. That's the exact phrasing I believe that Karen Travers used. So what is the point of having the War Powers Act? So in doing research on this, Deborah, not only would it have to pass the House and the Senate, which, as Karen said, is probably not going to happen, but then it gets to the president's desk, and he has the chance to veto the resolution that would limit his powers. Of course he's going to do that. So what happens when a president vetoes something? Goes back to both houses, and you need a 3/4 majority to override the veto, which is never going to happen. So unless 75% of our congressional leaders, no matter who's the president, if it's President Biden, President Hunter Biden, President Trump, whoever's in the Oval Office, Congress, you need 3/4 of our legislator to override a presidential veto concerning the war power. So what is even the point of congressional oversight when it comes to war? By the way, I believe the last war we actually declared was World War II, which is pretty nuts. I keep watching that Cold War documentary, and there's the portion of it on how we got brought into World War II.
Have you started the Tom Hanks one yet?
No, is that out?
Yeah, it's on history.
You and I did start watching yesterday, Deborah.
Ooh, what?
Dutton Ranch.
You like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's funny is we talked about this the other day.
I wanted to tell you something, but I didn't want to give away anything.
Exactly. So I don't want to give anything away either. But yesterday we were talking about that new, what is it called?
The screw worm?
The screw worm.
Yep.
And boom, we were talking about on the show, and then I watched Dutton Ranch, and they're talking about the screw worm. And you kept it under your hat, Deborah. ABC's Andrew Fuji has more.
One major concern is the beef industry, which is already struggling. Beef prices are up 13% in the last year. One factor, fewer cattle. The U.S. cattle herd is at a 75-year low because of extreme weather, high feed costs, and industry consolidation. The screwworm could make matters worse.
The screwworm. It was in it. All right. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. I think I'm 4 episodes in.
It was such a sad episode for me.
I know. Is the whole season out, by the way?
No, it's week to week. It comes out on Fridays.
So what? I don't know. I'm not caught up to date. I think maybe I'm 3 episodes
I think there's
in.
3 episodes so far.
Okay. I think I've seen them all then. All right, so no spoilers because I would never spoil a show for you. That's not a big spoiler that the screwworm at a cattle ranch, it's the thing. What I don't understand is, Deborah, and again, this is not a spoiler. You're going to know as soon as you start watching Dutton Ranch, the spinoff to the wildly successful Yellowstone, is you if you watch Yellowstone, you remember the beauty and the gorgeousness of Montana. It was so popular that people moved to Montana in record numbers because the show was so beautiful. Montana, so beautiful. And no offense to you, Deborah, I know you have Texas roots. There's not a chance in hell I would leave Montana to open a ranch
not remember?
in Texas.
See, I don't want to say anything, but if you're wondering why they moved, there's a whole episode
No,
on
I
it.
understand, but I wouldn't go to Texas.
I think it was economical.
Understood. Well, they had to pay a lot for that ranch in Texas.
But they would have paid a lot more in
Understood.
Wyoming.
But, the Duttons have money. They obviously, if they could afford to buy a big steer ranch.
Well, remember that they were going to use all of it to buy that ranch. Don't you remember the
I
end?
understand. But they were not food insecure, Beth and Rip. I would never leave Montana for Texas. I just wouldn't. In the first scene of Dutton Ranch, Beth's like, the sunny's risen. I'm sweating.
That
it's
is
so hot.
100% true. You would wake up to 90-degree temperatures.
So so you can't afford a cattle ranch in Montana. Go to Colorado. Go to Wyoming. Go somewhere where it's not 100 degrees at 5 in the morning. That's what. If Beth runs the joint, so it's whatever she wants, he's gonna do. I'm giving him like couples therapy right now. I couldn't go from Whitefish, Montana, to is that West Texas, Central Texas? Where is
I
this?
think they're in the northern part of Texas, actually, because they weren't supposed to be too far from their friends who were at the Sixes. Remember, and that's in northern Texas. It's a big state.
I don't know what to make. What did they call that kid? Their son? Their ward?
It's their state. She calls him her son. Yeah.
Okay. What's his deal?
What do you mean?
He's
back in high school, even though he's like 18 or 19 years old.
He's 19 back in high school.
Because he never graduated and she wants him to graduate. Now we're giving stuff away, see?
No, I mean, this is not plot lines. I'll tell you what I do. All right. I'm so sorry. Catch up to Dutton Ranch.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
If you liked Yellowstone, it's good.
I love Ed Harris.
Yeah.
That he's in there.
And
he's
Annette
gotten
Bening.
old. I don't like Annette Bening in this
You
role.
don't like her character?
Because I think of Annette Bening, she's just the sweetest.
She's a sweet. Yeah,
Yes.
That's why I think she wanted to take the role.
Oh, I get it. But I'm having a difficult time looking at Annette Bening and going, oh, that's an evil woman.
Vinny's eyes are glazed over.
Sorry, Vin. You got to Dutton Ranch. I'm on board. I didn't watch the other spinoff, the Marshalls one.
It's okay. That's still in Montana.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we got to get Taylor Sheridan on. Because he's not busy enough. He could just come on the show. I just want to talk to him about that. I just don't like the fact that who would move from from God's country. And again, no offense to Texas. There's great places there. Landman. Like you don't move from the Garden of Eden to 120-degree Texas. This just in, move over Walmart. ABC's Sherry Preston reports there's a new company atop the Fortune 500.
For 13 years, Walmart has claimed the #1 spot on the Fortune 500 list. But now, for the first time since 2013, there's a new company up there. And it should surprise no one that it's Amazon. The Fortune 500 ranks companies based on revenue. And in 2025, Amazon's revenue grew by 12%, thanks in part to its growing web services, cloud computing, and advertising businesses. The venerable Walmart is still king when it comes to retail, but those other platforms help propel Amazon to the top spot on the Fortune 500 list.
Gosh.
Sherry Preston, ABC News.
I mean,
As you just got your Amazon
I did.
package.
But only one of my 2 packages were delivered. I'm still looking for lids for my coffee cups, and they're supposed to be
the
delivered
small
tomorrow.
ones are still there?
And then Amazon's like, hey, if they're not delivered by the 9th, you got a refund.
What?
Well, do I get the cups and a refund, or just
No,
the refund?
you usually get the refund, yeah.
So it is what it is. Oh, back to Uber. Earlier we talked, Uber had a bunch of layoffs, and I asked Deborah if Uber was profitable yet, and you just said wildly profitable.
It says here Uber is wildly profitable. I'm reading what it says. Uber posted its first full year operating profit in 2023, followed with a profit of $9.86 billion in 2024. It's all those Waymos.
Because when they first started, they were losing billions,
For
but
like
now
years,
now they're making billions. All right. There you go. But they still laid off a bunch of folks at Uber. All right, when we come back, we're going to continue our Iran war coverage. The Strait of Hormuz still blocked, and Asia and Europe relying heavily on that oil that is stuck. They are doing some things now to prepare themselves for an elongated energy lapse. We're going to check in with Bloomberg News on that developing story after we check the developing stories on the road to Atlanta's only 24-hour traffic center. Hello and good morning to Alex Williams.
Hey, good morning, Mark. We are watching brake lights this morning as you leave Alpharetta toward Roswell and Sandy Springs. That's rolling left lane construction, 400 southbound, getting past Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. So that's keeping you a little bit jammed up from Haynes Bridge Road. South side perimeter, right lane construction on at 85 southbound, your old National Highway. That's why the 285 west leaving Riverdale Road is slow there around the airport onto I-85 southbound. Traffic brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot is $368 million. Imagine all the exciting things you can do. Get your tickets now. Drawings every Tuesday and Friday. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Get your medical questions answered with the Doctors on Call, presented by Northside Hospital. This Sunday, we'll be joined by Dr. Nathaniel Lytle, a bariatric surgery specialist that will discuss GLP-1 medications versus weight loss surgery and expectations of weight loss surgery. Tune in this Sunday at 8 a.m. for the Doctors on Call, presented by Northside Hospital on 95.5 WSB.
Is there anything more miserable than a hot and stuffy house in Georgia? Nobody wants that. It's Scott Slade. Get ready for the hot and humid days of summer. The team at Ragsdale Heating and Air is ready to help. If it's time to replace your air conditioning system, the Ragsdale System Design Specialist can give you a quote today and have it installed as soon as the next day. Not only will you be more comfortable this summer, you'll be confidently comfortable for years to come with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new system. Zero repair cost till 2041. Everything will still be covered. I know this firsthand. I had a small glitch with my system recently, and after a quick visit by my Ragsdale tech, it was done. No additional charge. For 30 years, Ragsdale's been the name I know you can trust for all your heating, air, plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs. You only need to remember one name. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust. It's that time of year again. When school's out, traffic finally takes a breather. It's also the time many families relocate to a newer home before the next school year starts. This is Scott Slade. If this is you or you're thinking to refinance to better terms, MyLend is my place to go for all your home lending needs. Right now, more homes are on the market, giving buyers more choices than they've seen in years. MyLend is helping buyers move forward with smart mortgage strategies designed for today's market. Their loan experts will walk you through the process and explain everything clearly, allowing you to shop with confidence. The folks at MyLend have seen it all, and this is why so many Atlanta real estate agents trust them to refer their clients to them. And it's why I trust them too. Call MyLend. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's mylend.com. Spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLend is an equal housing lender.
Fellas, you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, and you want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need advanced hair. Hey, it's Mark Aaron with you. The results unmatched. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a very cool, calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. The day after the treatment, your hair begins to regrow. Get started today with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR, 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and do not forget to ask about that advanced hair guarantee. 470-660-HAIR or online at advancedhair.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
If Hezbollah is intent on disrupting the ceasefire, the result is going to be on them.
That's the Israeli ambassador to the United States, continuing our Iran war coverage here on the Mark Arum Show. Joining us live from London from Bloomberg News, Akshat Rati. Akshat, good morning or good evening in your case. Thanks so much for your time.
Well, thanks for having me.
Really interesting piece on Bloomberg.com talking about the Iran war and what's happened in the energy market. We haven't felt the effect too much here stateside, just paying more at the pump, but not the same in Asia and Europe. What are they doing to prepare for an elongated energy crisis?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, in Asia, most of their oil and gas was being imported from the Middle East, from the Strait of Hormuz. So having that cut off means first looking elsewhere, but prices have gone up and also getting stuff from elsewhere is hard. So there are shortages that they are having to deal with. So there are being immediate steps taken to try and encourage people to consume less energy, work from home, try and only drive cars on alternate days. So odd number cars on one day, even number cars on other days. People are being told to reduce the temperature for air conditioning, even though it's a really hot summer. Those are the immediate moves.
How much more? I'm sorry, Ashkat. Yeah. How much more are Europeans or Asians paying for petrol these days?
So 50% or 60% more, which is about, not that much higher than what Americans are paying. But remember, their gas prices are already much higher because they import most of their fuel, plus they have fuel taxes on top. So, here in the UK, for example, a liter of petrol or a gallon of petrol, if I had to convert it, would be something like $10 to $12.
Wow! So that's a stark price at the pump. So, with the closure of the strait and what's going on in the Iran war, does this open the door for Russia to sell more of their oil and natural gas and maybe help fund their ongoing war with Ukraine?
Well, not so much more, because it's not like they can suddenly increase production of oil and gas. They don't really have much spare capacity. They have been producing at full capacity, but they do get higher prices for the same commodities that they are selling, especially now that Americans and Europeans have eased the sanctions that were holding back the sale or keeping the sale at a lower price or forcing the sale to be at a lower price. So it's not volume, it is more money.
Akshat Rati, Bloomberg News, London. Great stuff, great coverage. Thanks so much for your time, my friend. Second time in a row.
Wow.
Oil is down, by the way, 3.4% right now. Dow is up 869 points. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. When we come back, Deborah's got tickets to give away and how you can avoid World Cup scams straight ahead on The Mark Arum Show.
Belinda Skelton with my friend Damon to tell his story about his experience with virtual imaging. It's the gold standard in early detection of heart disease and cancer. I've been encouraging listeners to get screened using their CT scan. It can save your life by giving you your calcium score in your arteries, and it can detect cancer at the earliest stages. Damon, tell us your story.
I have an awful family history of both heart disease and cancer. Both parents and grandparents had one or the other. Also, my annual physicals have always been eye-opening with very bad levels of cholesterol and high blood pressure. I heard the free offer from virtual imaging. It was easy. Took 10 minutes. I was nervous, but the score came back 0.
Awesome.
Yeah. What a relief. They say for the most part, with a 0 score, I have very little chance of suffering a heart attack for the next 5 years.
Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan with few minimum requirements. Call now at 770-678-SCAN or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Looking for something this weekend? Head to Lakewood 400 Market, where shopping feels like an adventure. Shop over 500 booths packed with home decor, fashion, art, collectibles, and one-of-a-kind finds. Grab a bite, bring a dog, make a day of it. Lakewood 400 Market. Discover something you didn't know you were looking for.
Summer storms may come and go, but the savings at Dr. Roof are here right now. Mark Arum back with you. If your roof needs repairs, replacement, or just a professional inspection after those pop-up thunderstorms, now's the time to act. Visit drroof.com. Check out their summer specials on roof repairs and new roofs. Dr. Roof's helped homeowners protect what matters most with trusted service and quality craftsmanship. Don't wait for the next storm to find out if your roof has problems. Go to drroof.com today.
If you like Brian Kemp, you're going to love Rick Jackson.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story, and I've kind of felt like for really 2 years now that race is right for a political outsider, especially somebody that could self-fund.
Rick Jackson, a conservative outsider who will make Georgia proud, just like Brian Kemp.
I'm Rick Jackson. Brian Kemp wins big for Georgia. Record jobs, teacher pay raises, and when Hollywood liberals tried to boycott Georgia, Kemp never backed down.
The conservative outsider, just like Kemp.
As governor, I'll slash property taxes and lead America in job creation. I'm Rick Jackson. Like Governor Kemp, I'll fight for Georgia and win big, because that's what I've done my whole life.
Rick Jackson's been a good supporter of mine. He's got a great story.
Rick Jackson for Georgia. Paid for by Jackson for Governor Inc.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in Amco just as much as I do.
People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to Amco.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned Amco near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
Proud supporters of iPaw Rescue, a nonprofit founded by legendary business activist Carl Icahn, where 100% of donations go to saving dogs' lives. That's AA MCO.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Rocco's European Garage, your dealership alternative. Our top local story: the federal government launching an investigation into MARTA's safety and security procedures. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy saying this morning every American should be disturbed by the horrific crimes that we've seen on MARTA in the last month. This comes after several recent incidents. They do include last Saturday's brutal stabbing death of a 66-year-old woman on board a MARTA train near the Oakland City Station. And that same station, that's where a teenager was found fatally shot weeks earlier. Federal investigators are giving MARTA 15 days to submit information about their safety procedures. In a written statement from MARTA this morning, they say the safety and security of customers and workers is the #1 priority, and they are welcoming the opportunity to share information with federal officials. Your weather for today: sunny skies, a little bit warmer. Afternoon highs around 81, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. She'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast that'll come your way in just a couple of minutes. Former Trump administration National Security Advisor John Bolton agreeing to plead guilty to a single count of retaining classified information under a deal with the Justice Department that could allow him to avoid prison time. That's according to a person familiar with the matter. The deal would resolve a criminal case filed in October that charged Bolton with 18 counts of either retaining or sharing diary-like notes with family members. Officials said the material contained classified information as he was preparing a memoir of his time in government. After a handful of prior attempts, the House passing a war powers resolution that would urge President Trump to call off U.S. military action in Iran unless Congress approves it. It's now headed to the Senate.
He called it a meaningless vote. He accused the Republicans, 4 of them that joined those Democrats, to vote for this resolution. He called them grandstanders, and he has said that this is going to complicate his efforts to reach a final agreement with Iran. He said that they know where things stand, and he is at this point in the final negotiations with Iran. Now, that's not exactly what he said yesterday when he indicated that there could be a deal in the coming days, but also it may not work out.
That is Karen Travers with the president's reaction, and she says the vote is largely symbolic and won't end up on the president's desk. First-time unemployment claims are on the rise last week. Numbers out from the Labor Department showing 225,000 people filed first-time jobless claims for the week ending May 30th. That's up 13,000 from the week before and is more than what analysts had been expecting. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 897 at 51,584. So the Dow's up more than 1.5%. NASDAQ is in the red, and the S&P is in positive territory. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Sabrina, still watching the slow ride through Roswell on 400 southbound. It's due to work crews rolling in the left lane. Right now, they're at Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7. They're cleaning up the median, getting some of the debris out of the roadway for the next time it rains. Again, that's 400 southbound at Holcomb Bridge Road in the left lane. That's causing the delays out of Alpharetta. I-20 westbound still slow inside the perimeter into Cab. All those people missing the new exit ramp to Wesley Chapel and 285. That ramp starts about a half mile before Wesley Chapel. Takes you both to Wesley Chapel and 285. So if you miss it, you're going over to Candler Road and having to exit there to turn back around. That's what's causing those delays. And delays on the 20 eastbound collector distributor ramp between 285 and Wesley Chapel. That as well is due to construction there. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies with low humidity today with a high of 81. Lows tonight dropping down to the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high around 85. Increasing humidity, so feeling muggy by Saturday. Highs in the mid 80s.
We have 74 degrees in Woodstock, 76 in Scottdale. Doraville has 75 degrees. We'll have more news at noon, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, you know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our triple team traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is at noon. WSB's A Grand for Gas. From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
CNN reporting John Bolton reaching a plea deal over mishandling of sensitive national security documents. We'll update that. Deborah's got tickets to give away and how to not get scammed at the World Cup. All of that straight ahead on the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for RJ's Auto Body Plus. I'm here with Kelly, a satisfied customer. How was your experience, Kelly, with RJ's Auto Body Plus?
My experience was great. I had an accident back in October, and the insurance company approved an aftermarket bumper. And honestly, it just didn't look right. It was wrong color, didn't match, stuck out just a little bit. I went back to RJ's, and I really appreciated them. They went and they fought the insurance company for me. They went back and forth with the insurance company and got them to approve a factory OEM bumper, meaning that it actually goes with my car.
That's a real live customer experience with RJ's Auto Body Plus. Go there now, ladies and gentlemen. Call 770-955-5020 or search RJ's Auto Body Plus. That's RJ's Auto Body Plus, 770-955-5020 or simply search RJ's Auto Body Plus.
What if you could buy a flippable, two-sided mattress made with the finest materials that cost less than other luxury brands?
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory, and this is exactly what you'll find with our new Orthos line available exclusively at OMF. We build these by hand using premium materials like wool and cotton. It's old-world craftsmanship with modern comfort, our most extraordinary sleep system. Built locally at a price other luxury brands just can't match. Visit the Original Mattress Factory and experience the Orthos line for yourself.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Men, if ED or PE is affecting your performance in the bedroom, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's performance in the bedroom in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Even when Viagra and Cialis have failed, men are now lasting longer than ever. Right now, your consultation and first treatment are free. Call Priority Men's Medical Center now at 404-885-8885 or PriorityMen'sMedical.com.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I sold my home with Mark Spain Real Estate. Their offers are the strongest in the industry. One of their clients, AD, said, Mark Spain Real Estate's knowledge of the market and strategy made selling my home simple. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
11:38 on the Mark Arum Show. Coming up after the new news, another chance to win a grand for gas. I will give you a keyword. You enter the keyword into the WSB Radio app or online at WSBradio.com/gas, and you can win a grand for gas right before the Eric Erickson Show on 95.5 WSB. But the listeners don't have to wait to win. Deborah, what do we have right now?
Tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers at Ameris Bank Amphitheater on July 9th.
Let's do the ninth caller to Brooke at 404-872-0750. Caller number 9 to Brooke at 404-872-0750. Get you a pair of tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show at 95.5 WSB. Days away now from the biggest sporting event in the world, coming to Atlanta, talking about the World Cup. How to avoid World Cup scams. Joining us on the show, head of global at Checkpoint Software Technologies, David Meister. David, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning, Mark. Thanks for having me on.
All right, let's listen. No one wants to get scammed. We all want to enjoy the World Cup. What do the listeners need to know to avoid these World Cup scamsters?
The first thing to know and to understand is that there is a significant number of fraudsters and scamsters all everywhere. Everyone's taking the opportunity, or these malicious actors, as we like to call them, are taking the opportunities to try and get money out of people who just want to go watch a really exciting game. So to give you a bit of an example of what that's looking like, we've been seeing a significant number of fake websites going up, trying to encourage people to buy tickets to the World Cup. At the start of the year, we saw a couple of thousand of these websites going up, but then in April, we saw an additional 9,741 registrations.
Wow.
That's more than 5 times we saw during the 2022 World Cup. And just in the first week of May, we saw another 3,000 get registered. So they're malicious actors, they're keen, they want to get in, and they want to try and fraud people.
And these are bogus websites selling non-existent tickets only to scam you.
That's exactly right. You're not going to get a ticket to go to the Mercedes-Benz Center. These are just getting put up quickly. Some of them are being taken down quickly, but they're up there so that you can go in, put your credit card details in, transfer money, get access to your money, but you're not getting a ticket back.
So we want to go through verified ticket sellers of the World Cup. Is that Ticketmaster, StubHub, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.com? Like, how do we know what the verified ticket brokers are?
The best way to go about it is to actually go to the real source. So if you go to a legitimate website like Ticketmaster, or if you go through to the Mercedes-Benz website, you can absolutely go and purchase from those websites. The biggest risk that people are running into and where people are getting tricked is if they receive a text message or an email or a WhatsApp message saying, hey, you can get an additional discount if you go to this website. And it might look like a Ticketmaster website. It might look like the Mercedes-Benz Stadium website, but they're actually hiding it and replicating those websites. So rather than following any links that you get in email, in SMS, in WhatsApp, or a Telegram message, go into Google, type it in, and go to the legitimate website.
David Meister joining us live on the Mark Arum Show ahead of the World Cup coming to Atlanta. Do not want you to get scammed. David, I'm not going to lie, I can't afford a ticket, but I am going to want some World Cup gear, right? Like a hooded sweatshirt or a kit, right? Isn't that what they call a soccer kit, a football kit? But I don't also want to get fake merchandise. I want the real deal. How do we avoid getting scammed when it comes to merchandise for the World Cup?
A lot of the principles are exactly the same. Looking for those legitimate websites and not looking for the too good to be true offers. The simple rule here is that if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. And so looking at the FIFA World Cup website, again, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, going to real retailers and trying to get that gear or that kit is the best way to go about. If somebody's reaching out to you saying, hey, we've got legitimate USA jerseys for 90% lower than anywhere else, there's a pretty high chance it's fake.
What about vendors? Because downtown Atlanta is going to be overrun with food and games and activities, and I'm assuming vendors that are going to be selling that merchandise. Is there any way for me to tell if the kit that I'm about to buy off the street is legitimate or not?
There's some ways. It's a little bit harder in person because some of these do get, some of them look pretty good quality. But looking for the right patchwork on it, looking for the official FIFA sign on it, those are the things that are going to help you identify what's legitimate and what's not.
Final question, Dave. Who's winning the World Cup?
I'm not sure. I think Germany's going to be right up there. I'm Australian myself and a guest in this beautiful country. So I'm going to be barracking for both Australia and the USA.
Love it. Love it. All right. I like you straddle the fence, but Germany could be a favorite, you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Could the Knicks beat Germany in a basketball game?
The way they're playing this year, I think they'll probably have a pretty high chance.
Good answer, Dave. Good answer. Appreciate your call and your time and your advice. Dave Meister from Checkpoint Software Technologies. Do not get scammed. The merch, it's going to happen. You're going to buy, listen, when the Braves won the World Series, people are selling knockoff World Series shirts. But for the tickets, like if someone texts you, hey, I got tickets, click this link. Don't do it, Deborah. Don't do it. Have you got any movement on tickets yet?
No, I haven't even looked. I'll wait till the day of.
All right, fair enough.
Also, the games are like while we're in the building.
World Cup adjacent. Well, this is actually part of the World Cup. This is not a scam. Apparently, Lay's Potato Chips has come up with World Cup flavors. Joining us live in studio, our good buddy Ocean Spray. Thanks for bringing in food, by the way. Locking up star of the show. So if you're watching live on WSBRadio.com or YouTube, Ocean Spray is holding up 2 types of Lay's potato chips. So actually 3 types. And these are all from Lay's. These are not knockoff brands.
Yeah.
And these are World Cup flavors. What are the flavors that we're looking at right now?
So the flavors that we have, again, there are 3. Brazilian-style garlic sauce. That is on our plates that we have here. The lighter chip It is the normal style chip that you'll see.
All right.
The next one we have is Argentinian style steak with chimichurri.
Chimichurri. Which one does that look like?
That is the more like bespeckled one with speckles, but still the
with
normal.
Ruffles? No. Okay.
The Ruffles one is the wavy version of the French onion soup.
Okay.
I will say I have had the French onion soup ones before, but the other two, it's going to be live.
But French wasn't there already a French onion type flavor
I think it's French
of
onion
Lay's?
dip.
Oh, not soup.
Yeah, so soup is where it's at. I love French onion soup.
Me too. The best one I've had is that place on Ponce, the restaurant next to the Claremont Lounge, that hotel. The name's escaping me. Best French onion soup I've ever had in my entire life.
Mhm.
All right, you're not chip averse. I'm not. You're not doing this under duress. We're gonna taste these chips. All right, let's start with the plain looking one. What is that?
Okay, the plain looking one is Brazilian style garlic sauce
With chimichurri.
No.
Oh, just
Brazilian
garlic
style
all right.
garlic sauce.
Okay, not outstanding, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a nice aftertaste to it.
Yeah, 'cause
it tastes like Chinese food.
Kind of looking up like what even is a Brazilian style garlic sauce.
It tastes like garlic sauce you'd find on Chinese vegetables.
Yeah,
All right.
going with like an aioli.
Non-offensive.
Kind of,
All right, what's the next one we're trying
The
there?
next one is the Argentinian. I
The
messed it up
Argentinian.
twice. Argentinian style steak with chimichurri.
Okay. Nope. No. That's. I'm not gonna say foul, but
it doesn't work at all.
no, not at all. All right,
No.
finally, the most. This one looks the best.
Yeah.
The ruffled style. Which one is this?
French onion soup.
Oh, all right. I need a palate cleanser from that last crappy one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this French onion soup?
I
one?
mean, I love French onion soup in general. It's definitely going more like maybe with the broth side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not maybe like, oh, I taste the onion, I taste the cheese, the Gruyere that's going in a French onion soup.
Well done.
Right?
Well done. All right. So I'm going with this one as my favorite. Which one was this again?
The Brazilian style garlic
The Chinese
sauce.
food tasting one. Yeah.
Okay.
And my
okay.
least favorite one was the chimichurri.
Yeah,
That was gross.
my favorite is still French onion soup, but definitely
All right.
the worst
Vinny's
one.
drooling. Vinny wants some
Yeah,
chips.
I'll get him some.
Good job, Ocean Spray. Thank you.
Ocean Spray.
Oh, we got a sounder for Ocean Spray now?
Ocean Spray.
Good job, my friend. Trent, Ocean Spray. Bringing in food. Always the key to the boss's heart. On the Mark Arum Show on 95.5 WSB. Congrats to James in Clarkdale. He won tickets to see Santana and the Doobie Brothers, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show on WSB. Your next chance to win a Grand for Gas minutes away. Right after the new news, I'm going to give you a keyword. You pop that keyword into the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/gas, and you, dear friend, dear listener, could win a Grand for Gas here on 95.5 WSB. 11:47. Checking the ride around town with Alex Williams.
Right now, still watching some rolling construction, Mark. Out of Alpharetta, they're in Roswell right now, 400 southbound, cleaning up debris out of the median and the drains in the left lane. 400 southbound passing Holcomb Bridge Road, exit 7, so that's why you're bunched up starting just before Mansell Road. And on the south side perimeter, you got construction. It's on 85 southbound, right near Old National Highway. That's paving in the right lane, but it's slowing to 85 west, ramping on to 85 south there as you leave Riverdale Road, so look out for that. Traffic brought to you by ReliableAir.com. You know that first hot day in Atlanta when you turn the AC on and nothing happens? That usually means your system's been sitting too long. Visit ReliableAir.com before you need it. From the Loud Security Systems Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Tough questions.
What are the rules around a hot air balloon?
Intriguing insights.
If things didn't happen the way in my brain they were supposed to happen within the time period that my brain told me they were supposed to happen.
And a unique perspective.
You're getting tea. Where do you want it to go?
Eric Von Hassler, today at 3.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
When you've been hurt on the job, the system doesn't make it easy. It's Smile and Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates. When it comes to workers' comp, it pays to know what you're entitled to. It pays to call the strong arm. Get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Okay, here we go. Let's talk diamond sourcing. Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As one of 3 diamond sourcing experts, I'm going to explain just how differently we source our diamonds and why that guarantees your engagement ring will be the most beautiful. For starters, there's no middleman. We source directly from trusted industry leaders we've partnered with for generations. We work with them in person and negotiate on our customers' behalf so they get the best prices possible. We also pay our partners in cash, and in return, they reserve the most beautiful diamonds just for us. I handpick and inspect each stone under 10 times magnification. Other jewelers use the Diamond Database to buy stones sight unseen with grainy pictures and videos. When you purchase a diamond engagement ring with Shane Company, you can trust that me and my team have personally handpicked your stone for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com to find yours. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
One thing I've learned in my 30 years here living in Atlanta, you do not want to wait until the heat hits to think about your air conditioning. Hey, it's Mark Arum here from my pals at Reliable Heating and Air. Now's the time before we get those 95, 100-degree temperatures. Now's the time to think about your AC. Right now, you can get any size AC, just $69.99 a month with zero down. And with their Comfort Club, all future repairs, maintenance, even filters are included for life. That's what I have, peace of mind with the Reliable Heating and Air Comfort Club. That's a real lifetime warranty, and it can save you thousands over time. They've helped over 250,000 homeowners, and with 24/7 service and next-day installation, or they'll pay you $500. They make it easy. Get your free consultation at reliableair.com and ask about clean air upgrades. Reliable Heating and Air, always here for you.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, what a thrill. Goodness, your records just quitting balls of fire.
11:54 on the Mark Arum Show. Going to handle this moment in history with kid gloves. On this date in 1958, Jerry Lee Lewis renewed his vows to his cousin Myra, or Myra. I'll say Myra. They had to redo the ceremony because Lewis wasn't legally divorced from his prior wife when he and child bride Myra got married. I understand it was a different time in 1958.
Yeah, but I think she was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't be a pop star in 2026 and marry your 13-year-old cousin, right? That wouldn't fly these days.
I would hope not.
Different generation, whatever. On this date in 1989, I believe Ocean Spray pulled some audio of this. This was a big deal. 1989, Chinese troops stormed Beijing's Tiananmen Square to end the student-led pro-democracy protests that were going on. This was massive.
Good evening. In the words of an eyewitness on Tiananmen Square, there are dozens, perhaps hundreds of dead in Beijing tonight. Democracy campaigners killed by the army as the troops stormed into the streets surrounding the square.
So, Deborah, you and I lived through Tiananmen Square. 1989. Has that been far enough? Is that in history books
Oh,
now?
yeah, it has to be.
Kids
because
I don't know anything about that.
I think it also might depend on what they teach, because I remember distinctly the Berlin Wall, and that was the same year. That was the first real history moment that I remember watching and then studying in school.
Maya, did you use props to get girls in college, Vinny? Props? My buddy Nick Rodriguez.
Flowers?
We moved in freshman year dorm, and he had this chunk of rock on his bookshelf in the dorm room. And I was like, Nick, what is that rock? He's like, that's a piece of the Berlin Wall. And I just assumed he was telling the truth. Do you think he's lying? He was lying, Deborah?
Totally lying.
Because the girls were like...
Your prop. So my prop was, I got an old video game system. You want to come over and play?
He told me about that, and the dudes flocked to
Yeah, they're
Deborah's.
like, yeah, for sure.
Ooh, I wonder if I'm going to call Nicky Bones. I just assumed, wow, Nick got a piece of the Berlin Wall.
How old would you guys would have been when that happened? And did you know he went to Germany to get it?
I don't know. I didn't get the backstory. He was Cuban, though. So I figured he got some, I don't know.
I feel like it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, all right. I'll text him after the show on the Piccadilly text line. By the way, I heard from Mama Arum talking about younger parents, if they spank their kids or not. She said that she never once spanked my little brother because he was an angel. I actually believe that.
Now you know, because of the Mark Arum Show.
It's one of the jobs where you need qualifications. It's in the statute. It says any presidential nominee for DNI shall have extensive national security expertise, and there's nothing in Pulte's background to suggest that he does.
Yeah, that was correspondent Rory O'Neill in depth on the fire from both sides of the aisle on the Bill Pulte nomination to take over for Tulsi Gabbard in that intelligence realm. That is a very interesting story. I imagine Eric Erickson is about to talk about it. Now you know.
In that part of the world, a ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner. But the president kind of said that it's holding at that point. But of course, these strikes have been continuing now over these last several weeks.
ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers joined us from the nation's capital, updating what President Trump had to say about the Iran war and negotiations. Now you know, because of the Mark Arum Show.
Now, are you guys ready for the Mark Arum star of the show?
We had a lot of good guests. I'm going to give 2 stars to the show today. 2 stars to the show. 1 to Ocean Spray. He went into his pocket deep. Bought different types of World Cup Lay's potato chips. Good job, Ocean Spray, star of the show. And Jalen Brunson. My man Jalen. You're going to win 3 more stars of the show in the next week, Jalen. I have a feeling. Nixon 4. Social media is active at Mark Arum, MarkArum. Do not go anywhere. Another chance to win a Grand for Gas coming up after the new news right before Erickson here on WSB. Stay safe. Have a great Thursday, Atlanta.
Place and time.